Wait on YouTube. All right. Hello and welcome. I'm Stooge, and today is a surprise stream. Actually, it's not really a surprise stream if you were here on Thursday, uh, in which I announced that there would be no stream yesterday and said I would be streaming today. Uh, as you can see, it's supposed to be Roadwater. I will be perfectly honest. I'm not really feeling Rosewater right now. I don't know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm not feeling. So, what do you think I should do? Hmm. I mean, sorry, I'm just getting my phone plugged in and having to fiddle with some documents. All right. I don't trust Icarus because Icarus has crashed too many times on me. I would say 7 Days to Die because it just released an update, but it was mostly bug fixes. So I guess for now, let me make sure my now live notification got out on Discord, which you can join here. And make sure the now live notification went out. I guess I will play Rosewater. Who knows? Maybe that's maybe the key to starting is just to start. You know? Let's see. We had just finished uh with the sea captain. And oh yeah, we're starting here. Okay. So let's see.
Oh, another visitor. Who are you?
Harley Legere. And you are?
Faye Davies. I don't expect it's a name you've heard. And as I was explaining to your friend here, not a name I expect you'll hear very much in the future.
That is a big bottle of booze.
Mrs. Davies, I would advise moderation in regards to that brandy.
Dear girl, I understand you like to dabble in medical matters. Let me assure you that this is the only medicine that works for me.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Davies seems quite fond of this stuff. A few books and a collection of wax cylinders in that box.
I wonder what their collection of, I wonder what
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
what's wrong? Why didn't you perform today?
Why weren't you on stage today? Is something wrong?
Something wrong. Something wrong. Exactly what aspect of my current condition would suggest to you that anything is right?
What's got you so upset?
I'm about to lose my place here, that's what. Turned out on the dusty road to fend for myself. I'm simply overcome with the sheer injustice of it all.
What makes you think you're going to be fired?
You think you're being dismissed? Why's that?
Oh, it's a long, long story, but what it
Meow.
comes down to is finances, or lack thereof. Kate has been tightening the belt lately. She says our performances haven't been attracting the crowds they once did. But even so, we aren't doing that badly. All of us have taken quite deep cuts to our usual allowance. It still doesn't seem to be enough. Naturally, I, being the most recent addition to the troupe, am the first up to the chopping block. If you ask me, something doesn't add up. I know for a fact that our run in Bois de Quivo is quite respectable, and yet apparently our financial future is dangling over the precipice by a fraying thread. It's all more than a tad suspicious.
Hey, Vanderbeest. Yeah, I know. Quali is happening right now. Meow. But I did promise on Thursday that I would be streaming today because I did not stream yesterday.
So you suspect Miss Hitomi is taking more than her share?
We've all suspected it for some time, but I'm the only one who's willing to speak up about it. Everyone else knows I'll be the first to go, so they keep their heads down and wait to reap my share.
You've accused Miss Hitomi?
Of course not. I haven't got any proof, but you can bet I would if I did.
How long have you been with this troop?
How long have you been a member of this troop?
Oh, not long at all. Less than a year. I was the last one to join.
What happens if you get fired?
If you were let go, what would you do?
Oh, God, please don't ask me such things. I can't bear to think about it.
So melodramatic.
It's a serious question. Everyone needs a backup plan.
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, what will I do? Kate couldn't be so heartless. Will they really just let me go? Will no one speak up for me? God, help me.
She really is hitting the sauce, eh?
There now. I'm sure there's a solution. What can you tell me about the other players?
Oh, such sweethearts. They've taken me in like a second family. Martine, especially. She's the daughter I never had. Dwayne is a good boy, but he keeps to himself. And dear Quentin. He and I have something of a friendly rivalry. Although he can get quite competitive at times, the old ham.
How are you doing, Vanderbeest?
What did you do before you were a Queen's Mid-Atlantic player?
I was with another outfit based up in Fawcett. The Davies Traveling Spectacular. 15 years we were together. Anton, my husband, was our director and I was the star. When I got too old to play the princesses and heroines, Anton would cast me as the ravishing queen. He
I'm not
always
doing
made
too bad.
Sure I had a spot on center stage. 16 months ago, he passed away in a stagecoach accident. An enormous tragedy.
I'm terribly sorry.
So were we all. Anton was the fiercely beating heart of that troupe. Absolutely irreplaceable. The others couldn't imagine going on without him. So everyone just went their separate ways. Just like that, everything was gone. My heart's love, my director, my troupe, my livelihood. I'm sorry.
So, how did you come to join Miss Hitomi's troupe?
Oh, the traveling theater world is quite small, you know. We all know one another and meet on the road from time to time. Kate heard what happened and wrote me a letter of condolence. We corresponded for a while. Eventually, she said she was passing by Fawcett and offered to take me in. Quite simply, she took pity on
So
me.
leak on your Mustang tire, repaired it this morning. Tricksy little nail. Ugh. That sucks.
What drew you to the stage?
I've known I wanted to act since I was a girl. I would put on shows for my parents and the village children. I traveled to Fawcett to audition for Anton Davies' Traveling Spectacular. He had just formed the troupe then. First, I became his star actress, and soon enough, his wife.
I'll just leave you to it.
All right.
The desk is covered in papers. Lots of notes. What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Those, well, I know that Othello and Delphi, it was annoying, but at least it only cost about $12, yeah. But
Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
I know that Othello and I think the Oracle of Delphi are both Shakespeare plays, but I could be wrong.
When did you put this troupe together?
As it exists now? Oh, it's been about 5 years, I should say. That's when Quentin and I came over to Vespuccia.
What were you doing before starting this troupe?
I spent some time in London, then went traveling around Europe doing this and that, until I met Quentin.
Have you performed yourself, or do you stay out of the spotlight?
Me? Oh no, I haven't been on stage since Paris. Quentin and I used to do a little magic show, if you can believe it.
No fooling?
It was a very long time ago. Not worth remembering, honestly.
What do you think would make the show better?
God, where do I begin? Faye's in a black mood. Quentin thinks his character lacks depth. Martina's unintelligible. And Dwayne's swordplay doesn't even rise to the level of
Look out, it's a dragon.
And naturally, theater's all about imagination. But with the quality of our set and props, I fear we are asking rather too much of our audience in that department. I'm this close to packing it all in.
Alright. Let's see.
I had a chat with Mrs. Davies. She seems to think her position's in jeopardy.
What? Why would she think that?
Are you saying you're not planning on letting her go?
Of course not, especially not so close to opening night. What a ridiculous notion! Honestly, I don't know where Faye gets these ideas.
Alright.
I want to hear about your cast.
Oh, they all have their talents. They wouldn't be in my troupe otherwise. But I don't hold with talking about people behind their backs. Why don't you get to know them yourself?
What's wrong with Quentin's character?
Not a thing! Everyone loves to hate the evil wizard. He's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. But Quentin thinks the role lacks depth. That his talents as an actor, and they are considerable, are going to waste. And yes, perhaps he has a point, but for God's sake, this is not the Royal Arcadium! We performers have a saying. There are no small roles, only small-minded, puffed-up thespians who suppose that entertaining the common man is somehow beneath them. I love Quentin, really I do, but I've had it up to here with his carping and grousing. He doesn't listen to me, but you're welcome to try bringing him down to earth if you'd like.
But she doesn't talk about people behind their backs.
What's the problem with Martina?
Weren't you listening? She doesn't so much say her lines as chew on them and cough them out. She's a sweet girl, and her physical performance is outstanding. The things she can do with just her eyes. I'm loath to cut her part or take away the few lines she already has, but unless she finds some way to magically rid herself of that blasted Teutonic accent, I may have to.
Teutonic
You don't
accent?
think the swordplay is good enough?
Setting aside that our prop swords are as likely to crumble to bits or give the players paper cuts as they are to make it through a scene intact, it's just not very convincing or compelling. Dwayne either needs to get more adept at handling them, or we need to rethink the whole sword thing. Thank God this play doesn't feature a real sword-fighting duel, but it does need a big climax where the hero slays the dragon. How are we supposed to do that without a sword?
Pistol.
What can we do to make your set and props better?
The best thing we've got is the dragon head, but it's not exactly intimidating, is it? Your friend over there said he might have an idea to make it better. Honestly, at this point, I'm all ears.
So long.
Take care.
Let's see what he's got to say about
Bill?
the dragon head.
Harley?
Had any ideas to make the show better?
Yes, I believe so. This dragon head is amusing, but with some pyrotechnics, it could really impress a crowd.
You want to make it breathe fire?
Ah, indeed. Far more effective, wouldn't you agree?
If he wants to.
Definitely. But how do you intend to pull it off?
I can rig it up quite easily, but I need a fuel source.
Like the accelerant I gave you for your detonator.
Precisely.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
All right. I assume that this is...
Hello, Miss Martina, was it?
Yeah, Martina Holder. I am sorry we could not finish the show for you.
No worries. My companions and I are trying to help your director make it better.
Ah, good. We do need the help.
How long have you been with this troop?
When did you join this troupe?
Oh, about 4 years ago. Then my English was not so good, so I did not get many parts with words. But I am getting more and more lines in the new shows.
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
I was living in Bright Bay, working as an art model. One evening, the artist I modeled for took me to the theater to one of Miss Hatomi's shows. Afterward, he told me he was leaving to go to work for a new patron in Italy. He could no longer keep me.
So he took you out to lessen the blow?
Not exactly. It turned out he knew Miss Hatomi. He had painted some backdrops for her. He took me backstage after the show and asked her to let me audition. I was shaking. I cannot even remember what I said. I had never acted before, you see. But fortunately for me, Miss Hatomi decided to take me on.
Interesting.
Otherwise, I would have been out on the street.
I'd like to know about your castmates.
They are fine people, and I am lucky to know them. Mr. Ellis always has stories and jokes to make me laugh. He reminds me of a big bear. He's also a very fine actor, and he has performed on stages in great cities all over Europe. Dwayne is very nice, but he's also very shy. He does not speak much with me or any of the others. I have always thought it is funny that an actor is so shy, but when he is on stage, one would never know. And Mrs. Davies is like a mother to me. She cares for us very much and wants to make sure everyone is healthy and happy. Although she does nag a lot. My real mother did not nag so.
Do you suspect that Miss Hatomi might be keeping money from you and your castmates?
What? No, never. Miss Hatomi would not do such a thing. Who has told you this? Was it Mrs. Davies?
Well, yes.
I am not surprised. I think that of all of us, she is easily the most dramatic.
You think?
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Okay. Q1
Hey there.
done.
Oh, hello.
All right. You're watching Quali right now?
What are you doing with that sword?
Practicing for the show. I didn't get to do my big fight scene with the dragon.
That sword seems to be giving you some trouble.
2 screens.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time getting the hang of it. The balance on this thing is terrible, and I'm always afraid of breaking it. I never liked working with prop weapons. But as long as we're doing medieval romances,
Of course.
I guess I'm stuck with this sword.
How do you feel about boxing?
I'd be happier doing any kind of unarmed fighting style, really. But how am I supposed to box a dragon?
With style and panache, that's how. It's all about confidence. And I have a feeling you'd look much more confident without that sword.
You don't think the audience would be confused?
It's your job to make them believe it. They just want a good show.
I don't know. We've never done a boxing scene. I don't really know a lot about the form.
I used to do some boxing back in the day. Could show you some moves if you like.
Heck, sure. Why not? This whole sword thing clearly isn't working for me. But I'd rather not do it bare knuckle. Not really into the whole suffering for my art thing.
Right. I'll see what I can come up with. How did you end up on board with this crew?
Oh, I met Miss Hatomi and Mr. Ellis back east when they passed through my town in Appalachia. Snuck out of the house to see the show.
Okay.
I went backstage after to ask if I could audition to join. Miss Hatomi said no. So, after they packed up for the night, I stowed away in the wagon. Rode halfway to La Roche before they found me. That was when my real audition happened. Mr. Ellis spoke up for me. He said, "Now, Katie, my dear, you would be a bloody fool to leave the lad behind after a performance like that."
Interesting.
What
Let's
were you
see.
doing before joining this troupe?
Working on my parents' farm. It was a rough life. Wasn't much to my liking. No glamour, no surprise, no fun, no opportunity to meet anyone interesting. And my father was very strict. All he wanted was for me to marry our neighbor's daughter so I would inherit his land and grow our family's holdings. Eventually, I realized I would die if I stayed any longer. My soul would die anyway, so I left.
What made you want to act?
How did you know you wanted to act?
I always liked listening to other people, hearing how they talked. Used to practice in front of a mirror and try to imitate them. Sometimes I'd dress up to get the look just right. Ma didn't like that much.
Okay, interesting. Tell me about your castmates.
What do you think of your fellow troop members?
Some days I hate them. Most days I love them. And any day, I would die for them. We're a strange little family, you know? Mr. Ellis and Miss Hitomi are a squabbling ma and pa. Dear boy, you must make more time for yourself. There are too few hours in the day as it is. Oh, leave the boy alone, Quentin. He can decide how to spend his time. And Miss Davies is our busybody aunt. Are you comfortable? Have you got everything you need? Is that costume too itchy?
So that would make Martina like your sister?
No, not quite.
You like Martina, don't you?
Are you sweet on Martina?
With all due respect, that's none of your concern, ma'am.
The answer is yes.
Say, you're good at imitating other people.
Oh, thanks. It's always been kind of a specialty of mine.
Yeah.
Used to get me in a lot of trouble back home, so I only do it for laughs nowadays.
Yeah, fair.
I've heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be keeping some extra funds. Know anything about that?
Oh, sure, I've heard that rumor too, but I don't much believe it. Miss Hitomi takes good care of us. She'd never cheat us out of our earnings.
Thanks. You can get back to your training.
Thanks, ma'am.
All right, let's see what he's got to say.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Holly.
You fellas talking about anything interesting?
Dwayne's showing me his stunt swordplay. He's supposed to battle the dragon at the end of the play. I've tried giving him a few pointers, but it's not going so great.
Did you like
What
the
did
show?
you think of the show?
Well, I'll put it this way.
Yes.
If one of Jake's shows went that way, I'd be looking for another job.
Talk to you later, Danny.
See you.
Yeah. Mr. Minister.
One of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Legere. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
How long have you been with
Just
this?
how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
What'd you do before joining?
What did you do before
Before
joining
starting.
the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
What made you want to act?
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see, an empty belly is a demanding muse indeed.
Yep.
For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
How was your time in Paris?
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days,
Those were
wild
the
and
days.
carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
Mr. Tommy told me you have some issues with your role.
Miss Hitomi said something about you being unhappy with your character.
Yep.
Oh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right. But why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character. Complexity, not caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
Maybe Jake and I can help you flesh out your character.
I'd like to know about the others in your troupe.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we? Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them
viewer
have
formerly
my
known as
training
Pokey.
and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me for guidance and mentorship.
I heard you used to have a magic
Is
act.
it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand, but
I'm called
in
X
the
now.
end, it wasn't our true
I'm sure it'll
métier.
stick.
Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
I heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be misappropriating the troupe's funds.
Poppycock, pure hearsay. I'll bet Faye put that poison in your mind. I have known Katie longer than anyone. She is many things, but never a thief.
Yeah, that's what.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
He believes it's his destiny, or the king embarrassed him once. Red flag? What red? Oh, red flag in Quali. Oh no. This isn't Japan, so it's not a fire.
Maybe the king once made him look like a fool.
Sure, and he's held a grudge this whole time.
I suppose it must have been quite a humiliation. So it's a revenge story then. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's smitten with her and wants to make her his bride.
Yes, that's usually the case, isn't it? And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by
I
a
should have
spell he
saved.
can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn.
Thank you. Okay, good.
I have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
All right.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
Okay. We're gonna do a save.
Could I have a moment?
Of course.
I suck at making characters.
Let's take another shot.
All right. Why does
The king embarrassed him.
Maybe the king.
Sure, and he's held a grudge this whole time.
All right, but
He doesn't like her.
He finds her shallow and annoying, and he wants her to suffer.
and how does the dragon fit into all this?
The dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by a spell he can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm
Okay.
not sure. Perhaps you should give it a...
All right.
All right. Why?
He believes it's his destiny. The king embarrassed him once.
He has humble origins, but always felt he was meant for greater things.
Yeah, it's been his ambition since childhood, but he's never been given a fair shake.
Ah, yes. Destiny, ambition, greed. Classic stuff. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's smitten with her and wants to make her his bride.
Yes, that's usually the case, isn't it? And how does the dragon fit into all this?
It's the wizard's pet, or familiar, or something.
Yes, I suppose that does make sense. It's all a bit conventional, isn't it? Just the usual tropes. Where's the depth? Perhaps you should give it a...
This isn't working. Maybe there's something around here that'll give me some inspiration.
Alright, let's see.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Lots of notes and sketches of different costumes and disguises.
Must be him as a Othello.
Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th.
Okay. Oh, wait. I forgot to talk to...
Hey, Jake?
Yeah,
that's
Harley?
Jake. Alright.
You seem quite at home among these performers.
Sure, these are my kind of people. Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life and showbiz. You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
What did you think of the show?
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
I'll just be on my way.
Okay.
That thing's been through the ringer a few times.
Just a few.
Suppose being an actor requires a certain attention to one's physique.
Yeah. Alright.
A cylindrograph. It's for playing music on wax cylinders. I'll leave her be. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
What's wrong with Miss Davies?
Did you examine Mrs. Davies?
I did.
And what's your medical opinion?
I couldn't find anything wrong with her physically. At least nothing that an excess of brandy wouldn't explain. But she's in no state of mind to be performing.
I don't believe one needs to be a medical professional to draw that conclusion, my dear.
What's your opinion of the show?
Yes, please tell us. Don't be shy. I'd like to hear what you think.
Well, you
I
weren't
didn't
there.
quite understand it, actually. Perhaps it would make more sense if we had seen the whole thing.
Dear girl, I truly doubt that would have made much of a difference.
I'll see you later.
Okay. What's this?
Someone kept a copy of a local newspaper.
Traveling players perform Camelot in the Park before bemused onlookers. Picnickers, ramblers, and families intent on enjoying a leisurely afternoon in Las Virgenes, Pelican Park, I probably butchered that, sorry, last Sunday were doubtless left befuddled by a nearly incoherent plein air rendition of the chivalric drama Camelot, staged there by impresario Miss Hitomi's itinerant theater troupe, the Mid-Atlantic Players. The polyglot players, hailing from all over Vespuccia and the far reaches of the globe, garbled and fumbled through their lines in a stilted faux medieval patois. Not gonna try. Riddled with these and thous and forsooths, as they strove to bring King Arthur's court to life amidst the palms and fountains of the West Lawn. Evidently, in the habit of traveling light, the performers were obliged to make do with next to nothing in the way of sets, costumes, or props that might enliven the spectacle and in any way further the illusion of a courtly medieval setting for the drama. As to drama, the plot was paper thin, A stock tale of good overcoming evil, wholly lacking in subtlety and nuance. Not to mention any trace of the courtliness and charm one might expect in a romance from days of yore. The legions of nappers, taking advantage of the late afternoon haze to doze off in the soft grass, evidently found little in the way of thrills during the proceedings to rouse them from their slumber. Perhaps a more fitting description of the scene, days of bore.
My dear, I have no interest in reading newspapers. They contain nothing but misfortunes and vile opinions. Unhand that brandy. I need it for my nerves.
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
Miss Hitomi says she isn't gonna
I spoke with Miss Hitomi, and she said she has no plans to let you go.
Well, of course she would say that. That's how it works in this business. All seems well and good until the monthly budget is drawn up, and then the trapdoor opens beneath you and you swing.
So you don't trust Miss Hitomi's word?
I don't trust anyone's word. Only ink on paper.
I'll just leave you to it.
Okay. Well, that was great. The mystery at
A
Delphi.
traveling trunk. Looks like it's been quite a few places. These might be useful. All sorts of costumes, fake beards, and other theatrical accessories. All sorts of... No way I can force it open. If my eyes don't deceive me, that's a false compartment. Just need to figure out how to open it. All sorts of... A brass button. Mr. Ellis said this was Miss Hitomi's old magic trunk. Maybe these buttons aren't just for decoration. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence.
Okay.
A poster for the Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. Must be one of Miss Hitomi's previous shows.
All right, November 6th.
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd.
Okay.
The desk is covered in papers. Lots of notes. What a... Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Okay.
Othello,
Othello,
Carondelet,
Carondelet,
Dissembling, Delphi.
Dissembling and
Wonder
Delphi.
what that means.
That's Carondelet. Dissembling Delphi. Let's see.
It's a
2,
poster.
6. Okay.
A poster for some show I've never heard of. Apparently, it opened on New Year's.
1. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling Delphi. All right. 8. So 7, 6, 1, 2.
Damn.
Wasn't it this? Othello was the 7th. Actually, wait.
What a... Othello,
Carondelet.
Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi.
Oh,
It's a...
okay. 7, 2, 1, 6. 7, 2, 1, 6.
Fantastic. Seems to be some... I'd better take a look at... Huh. It seems Miss Atomi's keeping the extra money to invest in the show. She calls it a rainy day fund, and she has a separate space for emergency salary reserve. So Mrs. Davies was wrong. I ought to show her this. Maybe it'll calm her down. Quite a bit of cash in here. So Miss Atomi is skimming off the profits?
No.
I found this ledger in Miss Atomi's trunk, along with some cash.
So I was right. This is exactly the proof I was looking for.
It's not quite what you think. Look at the entries.
Rainy Day Fund. Emergency Salary Reserve. Why, she isn't keeping this for herself.
She's setting it aside to help you all.
Oh dear, how embarrassing. What a fool I've been.
We all make mistakes. So now that you know your position is safe, will you get on stage and perform?
Yes, of course. Thank you for clearing up this misunderstanding. I really do appreciate it.
I don't think...
Okay. Oops. I screwed up.
Miss Atomi?
Yes?
So long.
Take care.
All right.
I don't want... I found some boxing gloves in Miss Atomi's trunk, if you want to practice sparring.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
Sure.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent.
Both of you.
Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it.
Well, Dwayne is. Danny isn't.
Ugh, I said good lick.
Oh, you know what? This is accelerant. The brandy's an accelerant.
Here, how about this for some fuel?
Yes, this will work. Excuse me, I must go backstage and set up the prop.
I am afraid I cannot read in English so well.
Oh, you know what I need for her?
I make it my custom.
Okay.
Let's see. There are a few wax cylinders here.
Let's see.
We used this music for Dwayne's character in our last show.
I take it he was the hero in that one too?
Yeah, that is right. He's playing all the heroes.
I'll leave.
Okay.
I don't want to be juggling.
Yeah, I don't want to be juggling them either. Thank you. It's always good to have something like that.
this one. This was the first song I learned in English, you know.
You don't say. How does it go?
All of the little maidens go strolling along. All of the little boys come to sing them a song. All of the little children start dancing in line. And all of them have such a wonderful time. All have a wonderful time.
Interesting. Her accent all but disappears when she sings. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
I must say, you've got a beautiful singing voice.
Yep.
Oh, why, thank you.
I couldn't help but notice how clearly your words come out in song.
Yeah, you're not the first to say this to me. I cannot explain it. It is just something which happens.
I have an idea. Why don't you sing your lines?
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought, but would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too pure to just say words. The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you are saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely
Okay.
to be speaking with you.
Now, finding inspiration.
Ah, yes, Martine loves those. She has such a lovely singing voice.
Okay. Nope. Let's see what villainous intent is. See if we can figure anything out.
This was the music we used for Mr. Ellis in the show we did before.
What
Okay.
character did he play there?
A train robber.
Okay, so he was a train robber. Let me see.
Lots of notes and
Let me see. What was this one? Okay.
I haven't seen this many trinkets since I toured the Grand Bazaar of Constantinople.
could I have a
Of...
Okay, let's see.
Let's take another
All right. Why does...
He doesn't want to rule. He wants to save the kingdom.
Yeah, in his mind, he's the real hero.
Oh, intriguing. A subversion of our expectations. All right,
Okay.
but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The wizard is trying to train the dragon to harness its power for good.
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. Yes, yes. Oh, this is a much more interesting and complex figure. The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story. This I can work with. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
All right, I think we've got everybody sorted. Let's give it a go and see how it goes.
Miss Hitomi,
Yes?
I think you can try a second rehearsal now.
Really? You sure?
On with the show.
Awesome. Let's get this show going.
This is going to be so odd, strange, peculiar. So forth and so on.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
How I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the day sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne.
Hark! You may think me evil, but wait until you discover my true intentions.
To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her. However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me.
My dearest boy, proud as I am of your bravery, I worry so for your safety.
Fear not, mother, for I shall return victorious from battle.
He does sound super excited. And
so the brave
he
lad
is
rode
the reason
to the castle and confronted the mighty dragon.
he is the reason why the stereotypical Italian accent exists.
Foul beast, your end is nigh.
With the dragon defeated, our brave hero rescued the princess and vanquished the wizard.
Curses! My plans have been foiled.
Oh, my brave son has returned.
Ah, your highness, I am smitten by your beauty. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, gladly will I marry you.
And they lived happily ever after.
That is a super...
Well, at least we made it through to the end that time. Your fixes made a big difference. It's given me a lot to consider. Quentin has offered to do some rewrites. I'm sure he'll get us in good shape by next week.
Glad to be of service.
I'm curious to know how it all turns out. Send me a note at the Rosewater Post after you premiere.
Gladly.
We should be on our way. Miss Johnson has surely awoken from her nap by now.
True enough. Break a leg next week, Miss Hitomi.
Thank you. Safe travels.
We did what we could for Miss Hitomi and her folk.
Did you? I'm curious if you kept the book.
In the end, they formed a strange kind of family, and they seemed determined to keep on going. We've kept on going too. The oppressive, arid heat is beginning to give way to fresh breezes and forested slopes as we leave the desert scrub behind and cross into the mountains. Onward and upward.
All right, let's see. Let's check our inventory. Okay, we didn't keep her ledger. That's good.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
In your professional opinion, do you think Miss Hitomi's show has what it takes to succeed?
Oh, sure. We really dazzled it up for him. If it ain't a hit, I'll eat my hat.
I appreciate the chat.
Anytime, Harley.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Think Miss Hitomi's show will be a success?
I'd like to think so. We certainly left it better than when we found it.
Well, we left them at least.
Slowing down again.
Do my eyes deceive me?
What is it?
That establishment by the roadside. It is flying the flag of New Spain. Come, Harley. Let us have a look inside.
Are you sure you ought?
Ándale. Now we are talking. Come, let us have a drink, Harley.
Sure. Be right there.
Tell me, Harley, have you ever had real tequila?
You mean the stuff you put in Danny's chili?
No. That was mezcal. I am talking about the stuff made from blue agave. Bartender, 2 shots of your finest tequila, if you please.
All tequilas are mezcal, but not all mezcals are tequila.
To what shall we toast?
To our friendship.
Let's raise a glass to our newfound friendship.
Now you're talking. Salud. What do you think?
I thought tequila was supposed to burn like hell.
Only the inferior kind. Good tequila is smooth as water. I like this place. Reminds me of home.
You must really miss it, huh?
It is a wound in my heart. But I cannot go home until I know I am not leading my men into a massacre at the border. Until I have more recruits and sufficient supplies and equipment, my only option is to stay here and plan. Yet, every moment I remain in exile, the corpse of the revolution rots.
So do something from here. Write a manifesto. How many soldiers and weapons will it take? But you're still fighting despite the odds.
Instead of lamenting your exile, why not do something about it from here?
Like what?
Send word to the people back in New Spain? Publish a manifesto? Something is better than nothing.
I am a fighter, not a writer.
That's what I once thought, too.
All well and good, but I am not like you. For me, the sword is mightier than the pen. Shall we have another?
No more for me, but I'll keep you company.
I'll gladly raise another glass with you as long as mine's water.
It is bad luck to toast with water.
I've found it's worse luck to ignore your limits. Anyway, it's not about what's in the glass. It's what's in your heart.
Well said. Bartender, another one for me and water for my friend.
They're practically indistinguishable.
This time, I have something. To the success of the new Spanish Revolution. ¡Viva la Revolución de Nueva España! Salud!
La revolución. General Márquez.
Hernández.
Friend of yours?
Friend? That man is a traitor. Traidor! Toma!
Hey!
After him. Do not let that snake escape.
Ay.
Bill?
Over here.
Oh, that escalated very quickly.
He cannot have gone far. There is no way out of here, but it is too dark to see back there.
What is this about?
Who is that? And what's happening right now?
No time to explain. We need to find Hernandez quickly. That traitorous bastard is hiding in the dark like the rat he is. We must flush him out so he cannot take us by surprise.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, judging by the fact that the stick...
Oof! It's heavier than it looks. Damn, it just burns out right away.
Get the rag. Put the rag on there.
There. That should help.
Pick it up. Heavier than it looks.
That's better.
The blood trail ends here. He's either in that back room or behind those crates. You take one, I will take the other.
I'll search the crates.
Aha!
Phil, wait!
Wait for what? This man is a traitor, pure and simple. And there is only one way to deal with traitors.
Por favor, no me mates. Te lo ruego, tengo familia.
What's he saying?
He's begging for his life. Says he has a family. Clearly a lie, or he would be with them instead of face down in his drink. No me mientas, bastardo.
I am not lying, I swear.
Oh, so you finally learned some English, did you? What other tricks have you learned since you deserted, I wonder?
What exactly happened between you?
I feel like I'm missing something. What's the story here?
The story is this man is a deserter. He abandoned his compadres when they needed him the most.
No, it is not like that.
Cállate, cabrón.
Look, I helped you find the man. At least tell me what happened.
Fine. Hernandez was one of the revolution's best defenders. I thought he was loyal.
I was. I am.
But he was among the first to flee when the Spanish army came to Jicotea.
No, I can explain.
So can I. You chose to run like a coward instead of staying and fighting like a man. It takes a low sword to abandon someone who is counting on you. You said so yourself, Harley.
Why not let Hernandez speak for himself?
That's true, but everyone deserves a chance to tell their side of the story.
I do not understand. When Stokes left us to the Otham, you weren't interested in hearing his explanation. You even agreed with me that he was a no-good deserter. Yet now, you're willing to listen to this traitor?
If we ever see Stokes again, I'll demand he explain himself. Stokes was different. His guilt was obvious.
You can damn well bet I'd demand an explanation from Stokes if I ever saw him again. But I'm pretty sure I'll never get that chance. You've got it now. Don't squander it.
There is some truth to what you say. Rare is the opportunity to confront those who have wronged us. But I don't care to listen to his excuses. His actions told me enough.
So you're just going to kill him?
No, I am not just going to kill him. I am bringing a traitor to justice.
General, please. We were outnumbered 10 to 1. It was hopeless. I have a family who needs me. What was I meant to do?
You were meant to fight for your freedom. For your family's freedom. To die for it if necessary. Do you know how many of your brothers gave their lives so you could run off and make merry in some alpine cantina?
As many as gave their lives so you could do the same.
What? How dare you?
I heard about the massacre at Jicotea. And yet I see you standing here before me. Did you stand and fight? Did you die gloriously for freedom? No, you ran, just as I did. Because there was no victory possible. The only difference is that you justified your cowardice by calling it a retreat.
He's not entirely wrong.
No, he's not completely wrong.
I did not run away. I assessed the situation and made strategic decisions. That is what a general does. If our front line had not broken and scattered before the enemy, more lives might have been saved in an orderly retreat. But I preserved what forces I could to fight another day. I wept for every man, woman, and child who died at Jicotea. I should have died alongside them.
And so did I. I ran to Vespuccia, just like you. Because New Spain is no place now for revolutionaries. Was I a coward? Yes. And I cannot escape that shame. If you feel you must execute me for that, then so be it. But a traitor? Never. I love my country, and my heart still beats for her freedom. I will gladly return to fight for it, if you will have me back.
Hi, Hernandez. Why do you do this to me? I never doubted your loyalty until you broke. But now, what would you do if you were in my position, Harley?
One moment of weakness shouldn't define your whole life.
No, it shouldn't.
We're all better than who we are on our worst day. Seems to me your government would like nothing better than to have one less rebel in the world. Why give them the satisfaction? Give him a chance to redeem himself. Let him rejoin the fight.
Very well. I am rebuilding my army and preparing to return home to liberate New Spain. The revolution is not dead, but she needs soldiers to defend her. I will send word to you here, at this saloon, when it is time to report for duty. Until then, go back to your family.
Gracias, General. Gracias.
You should not just be thanking me, eh? You owe your life to my wise friend here.
Thank you, señorita.
Don't mention it. Now, can we put this all behind us and get back to the bar? I'm mighty thirsty all of a sudden.
Indeed. Our friend can treat your wound, Hernandez. Perhaps afterwards you will join us for a drink, in honor of the martyred dead of Jicotea.
Jicotea. Jicotea.
Why don't you go on ahead? I'd like a minute to collect my thoughts.
Very well.
Okay. What am I doing here?
Oh, good. You're back. We're low on food. If we want to eat tonight, we'll need to hunt for more. I'll let y'all decide what we're after. Round here, the fishing's pretty good. And there's plenty of rabbits and pheasants. Personally, I'd suggest rabbits. Easiest to catch and prepare.
I wouldn't be opposed to some pheasant. Danny makes a mean stew.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What kind of fish are common around here?
Mostly salmon.
Ah, then fishing gets my vote.
Yes, I vote fishing as well.
And you, Legere?
Huh. Well, this is fun. That's kind of where I'm at, Pokey, or Ashura.
I'll go with rabbits.
So we got a three-way tie. But we'll give Lisa Lou the deciding vote. What do you say, girl? Rabbit it is. Come on, Legere, you're with us. Rest of you, start setting up camp for this evening. This is a good spot. I'll set up the snare. You go look for some bait.
Like what?
Queen Sarah's lace or wild carrot. Look for the puffy white flowers. Bring me at least 3.
Will do.
Okay. Interesting. I can't wait to see what it is. I'm gonna be watching Quali after
Clump of
Strain.
puffy white flowers.
I mean, rabbit is tasty. At least well-prepared rabbit.
She asked for at least 3.
Well, I see a whole handful there. Oh. It's a fairy circle.
This should be enough. A ring of mushrooms. This log's been here a while.
The graphic didn't change.
Here you go.
Thanks. Now let's keep our distance. And now we wait.
Will we have enough food for everyone?
Will one rabbit feed us all?
We better be catching more than just one, or it'll be a lean supper.
Sounds like we got one.
Should have enough for a decent meal in no time. Not bad. We eat well tonight. What is it, girl?
Hello.
Oh, shit.
Holy.
Quiet. Do exactly as I say. Back away, nice and slow. Thank the Lord it ain't a mama bear, just a juvenile. Probably smelled the rabbits. Still plenty dangerous.
All right.
I'm gonna try scaring it.
What? No, don't.
Get out of here!
Damn it, now you've done it. Run! Good. You go on gobbling that up.
I'm a city folk.
That was close.
What the hell were you thinking? I told you to keep quiet. We're lucky we didn't get tore to shreds.
I'm sorry, I panicked.
Next time, you listen to me. Understood?
Yes, Miss Johnson.
Now come on. You can have the honor of explaining why we're coming back empty-handed.
Okay, I'm gonna load. There should be an autosave. Let's see.
Hope there was enough for everybody. I tried to make as much stew as I could.
Don't fret, Danny boy. A small taste's better than none at all. I tell you, getting to El Presidio will be worth it just to eat at a restaurant again.
We're lucky the Fortines left us some of their spare jerky at least.
Don't know if lucky is the word. So, I've been meaning to ask, what's everybody planning on doing with their share of Clark's stash?
Jake, is that something we should really be talking about?
Look, I ain't deaf. I've known about your little treasure hunt for a while. Far as I'm concerned, that's your business, and I want no part of it. You paid me to get you to El Presidio, and that's what I'm doing.
All right.
Miss Johnson's been a valuable member of this group. I think we should cut her in.
You're kind, Legere, but I ain't interested. I was taught to earn an honest living, and that's what I intend to do.
Anyhow, the question stands.
I think I'd like to buy a new pair of six-shooters. Maybe a horse. It'd be nice to travel the countryside, too.
Have we not been doing that?
Well, sure, but I meant for pleasure. What about you, Phil?
My share will go to the revolution, of course. With full coffers, we will more readily find willing allies.
That's good of you, Phil. I think I'd like to open my own clinic.
Dr. Redbird, eh?
Well, no, I can't practice as a doctor without a medical license. But I could continue as an herbalist, or maybe a midwife.
So get your medical license. You're already worth 10 of those frontier quacks out there. They're all practicing with some scrap of parchment they paid some fancy school for. You could just write in for one. You'd never have to attend a class or show your face.
Perhaps that's something to consider. You sure you aren't interested in joining us, Miss Johnson? The extra money could let you stay in one place for a while.
An interesting thought. But I don't mind moving around, at least until I find something worth staying put for.
What about you, Harley?
Let's see. Save it as insurance against calamity. I'll make my plans for the money when I have it.
I'm not much for chasing dreams. I'll let you know my plans once I've got the money in hand.
Fair enough.
And you, Jake?
Oh, you know, I haven't really thought
Yeah, it
about
won't let me.
But you asked the question.
Sure, but 'cause I was curious about you folks. Truth be told, I ain't in much of a hurry for this trip to end.
Well, that's awful sweet.
Oh, I'll lay off, will you?
All right.
All right, folks, I'm turning in. See
No.
y'all in the morning.
He's leaving early. I really want to load. All right. Load. Yeah, autosave the hunt. Okay, good. Let me check. Where am I at? Okay.
Oh, good. We're low. I'll let round person.
Yeah,
Most.
Yes.
And
We're going
you-
to do everything else the same, but we're going to actually...
I'll go.
So,
We're going to do everything else the same. We're just... We're going to do the right thing with the bear. Rather than,
this is a good spot.
what we
I'll
did.
set up the snare. You go look for some bait.
Like what?
Queen Sarah, bring me.
Will do.
All right.
A clump. This should be
It's nice that...
a ring.
Oh, wait.
This log's better.
All right. Looking at the log. You know, I forgot to pet the dog.
Atta girl.
See, it was worth the load. Got to pet the dog.
Here you go.
Thanks. And now,
How long does this usually take?
For how long?
not long.
Oh, whoops. That was the wrong button.
Sounds like
But it's not going to really change anything. It's a minor thing.
Not. Oh, quiet. Back. Thank the just a...
I'm backing away some more.
All right, I'm with you. Damn it, run! Good. You go on gobbling that up.
Did I screw up?
That was close.
We're lucky we didn't get tore to shreds.
I'm sorry, I panicked.
Next time, you listen to me. Understood?
Yes, Miss Johnson.
Now come on.
What? I mean, I backed away, right? I didn't run.
Don't. So.
It'd be, well, what about you?
That's... I...
There you...
If it's all... Well,
See.
I had my...
Let's try one more time.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
mostly. And
I'll go.
but I'll bring.
All right. I'm going to get the flowers. We'll get the carrots. I'll save.
A clump.
I honestly don't
This
think
should
I
be-
need to look at the mushrooms. Robot. Well, I'll do it anyways.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
And now, will we board?
Sounds like we got one.
Should have.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Not bad. What? Oh, shit.
Holy.
Quiet. Back away. Thanks, just a juvenile.
I'm backing away some more.
All right, I'm with you.
What if you threw it one of the rabbits?
Good idea. Might draw its attention away from us. Good. You go on gobbling that up. Keep moving back, slowly.
Alright.
That was close, but you handled it well.
I'm glad you were with me. Hate to think what would have happened if I'd been caught alone. Shame we had to sacrifice some of our catch.
We still have plenty to feed everybody, and the meal will be all the tastier for the trouble we went through for it. Come on, let's get the fire started.
Alright, there we go.
Now that was some good eating. So, I've been meaning to ask, what's everybody planning on doing with their share of Clark's stash?
Jake, is that something we should really be talking about?
Look, I ain't deaf. I've far as you.
Miss Johnson's.
Anyhow,
It'd be not have. Well, what about you?
With
That's. I think. No, but
So they're all you.
perhaps. You sure? The
And it, at least.
what about you?
Alright.
I'm not much for chasing dreams. I'll let you.
Fair?
And you?
Oh,
but you
sure. Truth be
Well, that.
I'll lay off, will ya? All right, folks, I'm turning in. See y'all in the morning.
Alright.
How are you feeling, Phil?
Oh, well, I have had much to think about of late. The incident with Hernandez has left me uneasy. Perhaps I was too rash in dealing with him. At that moment, I felt sparing him was the right thing to do, but was it? And what of the revolution? Or the mystery of the fort's Aurum shipments? I have yet to hear from Lieutenant General de la Vega regarding either. So many questions and so few answers.
Sounds like you really do have a lot on your mind.
Indeed. Would you like to join me in a toast to the fallen?
Gladly.
A los caídos. Salud.
Salud.
I believe I will retire for the evening. Good night to you all.
Alright. And then there were 4.
Glad to see you and Lisa Lou getting along so well.
She's a great pup. Suddenly the road feels a little less lonely. Ain't that right, girl? Who's a good pup?
Doing all right, Danny?
I think so, yeah. I'm feeling pretty tired. Think I'll hit the hay.
You okay, Nadine? You seem lost in thought.
Oh, I was just contemplating what Miss Johnson said about me getting a license. I never really thought about it before. On one hand, it's exciting to think about all the possibilities, but it's also just as terrifying to consider the unknown.
You should go for it. It would be a difficult path to follow.
Well, I think Miss Johnson has a point. You should try for your license. Anyway, isn't considering the unknown all part of being a doctor?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll give it some more thought.
Dr. Redbird, medicine
Seems
woman.
I'm sleepier than I thought. I should get to bed.
Fair enough. Get some rest.
Good night, Harley.
Looks like you and I are the last ones standing for a change.
Imagine that. You going to bed?
Guess so. You?
Not just yet. Time to get in my nightly walk.
What nightly walk?
All right. Enjoy yourself. See you in the morning.
Good night, Legere. Come on, girl.
Morning. We ready to head out?
We should be once Lola returns. She said she was going to go scout down the road a ways.
That was a while ago. Maybe we should go check on her.
I'll go look for her.
You sure?
Yeah. Be back in no time.
Interesting. Uh-oh.
The breakfast fire's still going. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah. Just some damn vandals making trouble.
What do you mean, vandals?
Vandals? I don't follow.
Just have a look. Somebody's desecrated this traveler's shrine.
What's a traveler's shrine?
A custom of the road. Folks set 'em up for lots of reasons. Some think they bring luck. Others use them to pray to St. Christopher. Sometimes they have gifts or supplies you can use, provided you leave something for the next traveler.
Who would wreck a shrine?
What kind of person would mess with something meant to help people?
Plenty of folk in my experience. Sorry way of the world. We gotta fix this. Whoever did this probably just scattered everything around. We can search the area for what's missing.
What exactly are we looking for?
Well, the icon of St. Christopher for one. See all that writing on the boulder next to the shrine? There was probably something people used to make those marks, but that's also gone. And the offering box is empty, so we should put something in before we go.
All right, let's get to work.
Auto-saving. Okay, let's see what we find over here.
Nice little pond. Nice little...
Keep your distance. That's poison ivy.
Oh, thanks. That's a nice little pond. Poison ivy, so I don't think there's anything this way. So what's over here? We have booze.
This bottle's still intact. Watch out for the broken glass there.
People have no regard.
Interesting looking mushrooms.
Very interesting. Especially if you want to poison somebody.
Yuck. What's that?
Probably a squirrel or chipmunk.
A pile of dead leaves. Hey, a piece of chalk.
Okay.
What do you suppose felled this log?
Probably a storm. No claw or teeth marks.
No wax marks either.
Nothing inside but dead leaves and insects.
Looked at that already. I guess we can search the hollow.
What's this? Looks like I found St. Christopher.
Good.
I assume.
Hope you ain't thinking of drinking that.
Something wrong?
That water's stagnant. Unless you want to be running out both ends, you better boil it first.
Someone left some oranges, but they've gone moldy. That must be where the supplies go. Nope. There you are, St. Christopher. Back where you belong. Looks like this is where the writing... I'm heading back to camp for a spill.
All right, then.
Hit the wrong button. Okay, let's go ahead and do this.
This shouldn't take long.
Did I just dump the water into our breakfast? Seems like a dumb thing to do.
There, nice and clean. It's full of fresh... There. Now the next thirsty traveler can have some clean drinking water. Right? I think that's everything.
Not quite.
Huh? Oh.
You're going to write something?
Yep.
Wherever?
What do you mean by wherever?
Simple. I'm asking for safe passage to wherever I end up.
And where's that?
Damned if I know. Right now, the only way I'm going is forward. We all got our paths in this life. I'm just trying to forge mine.
Not a bad philosophy.
I get what you're saying. Not having anything to tie you down is nice, in a way.
Speaking from experience?
You could say that. I've never put down deep roots. I'd only been in Rosewater a day before we started this trip. Before that, I lived in Pierre a few years after moving from Rampton. But I grew up in New Britannia.
Lamplight City? So you're one of them tough gals, huh?
They used to call me Spitfire Harley.
Well, there was a time I boxed under the name Spitfire Harley.
No kidding. Guess that explains a few things. We should head back to camp and get a move on. Sun's already higher than I'd like.
After you, Miss Johnson.
All right. And now we continue down our road. This is a long road to hoe.
Phil?
Harley?
What were the odds we'd run into one of your former soldiers?
It was quite a coincidence. I hope Hernandez does not squander the second chance he has been given.
How do you think Miss Atomi's show will do?
I believe it has a chance to succeed. If nothing else, the new pyrotechnics for the dragon will distract the audience from the acting.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, not wrong.
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
Been quite a journey so far, don't you think?
I'll say. Jake and I travel around a lot, but it's never as eventful as this.
Do you think Miss Atomi's show will do well?
Think Miss Atomi's show will be a success?
I sure hope so. It still needed some work, but I think we helped out a lot.
We're slowing down.
Oh, good. I was thinking we were about due for a stop.
I could use a walk.
There's a man standing by the side of the road. Maybe we
That
should
was
see
a
if
weird
he's all
yawn.
right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank God you're here. I was starting to think no one would ever turn up.
All right, I gotta do a quick BRB. Give me a few minutes. I appreciate everybody's patience. Alrighty, I'm back, and I appreciate everybody's patience. Yeah. Is something wrong?
What's the matter?
The post office has been overrun.
Let me guess. Rats?
Rats. Rats would be welcome friends compared to the evil in there.
Evil? What evil?
The deceiver. The father of lies.
What? You're talking about the devil?
You're saying the devil is in your post office?
Yes, just like in that story. He lives in there.
Wonderful. Another maniac.
Great.
Frontier's lousy with them.
That sounds like a mountain
And
lion.
again, maybe not.
Oh no, sounds like a cat to me.
Wait, what are you doing? Don't go in there. He'll devour your soul.
Excuse me?
Just stay away from there, please.
Nah.
Don't go in there.
Excuse me?
Just stay away.
Mr. Postman?
Yes? What is it?
What happened here?
I'd like you to tell me exactly what led up to your current predicament, and give me every
Your soul
detail.
is mine.
Well, I arrived last night with a load of mail from Bly, up north. Passed the night here and spent the morning sorting and tidying, getting ready to continue on to the next station in Wolf Spring. About midday, I stepped outside to ready my horse. Then I heard the most awful noises coming from inside. Sheila heard 'em too, and bolted off like a shot. Saving her own skin, I can hardly blame her. When I looked
She's a horse.
I beheld a most dreadful scene. Blood everywhere. Sounds of snarling and crunching bones. And his horrid shadow on the wall. Huge and horned. I ran out here to pray for help and ain't moved since.
You said something about a story?
What was that you said before about a story? That this was just like in some story?
Of course. You must know the famous short story by H.W. Montesquieu. The Devil Lives in the Post Office. A most chilling tale. Of course, I used to think it was just one of Mr. Montesquieu's celebrated flights of imagination. But now, I suspect he must have known something the rest of us didn't.
Big fan of horror fiction, are you?
Well, you know, no more than anyone else, I suppose. Just something to while away the long hours on the road.
Isn't life horrific enough all on its own without thinking up new, imaginary ways for things to be awful?
Ah, but the devil is very real, miss. He'd only like you to think otherwise.
Is there a... Okay, let's see.
Aren't we pretty far from civilization? Why have a post office here?
Oh, not at all. We're just outside the delivery area for Shivering Pines. 10 homesteads within a 2-mile radius. Anyhow, it mostly serves as a transfer and rest station for carriers like me. But next time they ask me to take this route, I'll tell them to go to hell. 'Cause that's where they sent me.
You really think it's the devil in there?
What makes you think it's the devil and not something else?
What else could it possibly be?
I can think of a few possibilities.
Go and have a look for yourself, then. You'll not doubt once you see it with your own eyes.
Keep calm. I'm going to try and take care of this.
God be with you.
Gruesome. I hope that's not human blood. What in the ether? This lantern seems to be what's casting that shadow. Glad it's not my job to organize those. I have a feeling the mail will be delayed today. This devil lives in every post office. He's awful jumpy. Best not disturb him unless I've got something to say.
I am completed with my prior commitments. Ah. Yeah. Let me see. What can I do?
Whoa, that's close enough. Whatever that thing is, it's behind that desk. This lantern.
Let me see. If I have anything else I can do.
Wanted, Gina Fuller, the demon. Wonder if Mr. Postman isn't just susceptible to the power of suggestion. Phil?
Harley?
Are you carrying anything that might be useful?
I left my holy water back in New Spain.
Nadine?
Yes?
What's your take on all this?
I'm not sure, really. Obviously, it's nothing supernatural. I believe the explanation will be far more mundane.
Oh, I already know what it is.
Don't suppose you've got anything that might help?
Help with what precisely?
Good point. I should find out more about what we're up against.
Okay.
Gruesome. I hope that... This has got to be how that thing got in. This is... Glad... What in... Whatever that... Hey, Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
All right.
Do you have anything I can use to deal with whatever's in there?
I might, if we knew exactly what was in there.
What do you think's in the office?
Not the devil, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Do you believe this fellow? About it being the devil in there?
I don't doubt he believes it, but I also think the poor fella's got a wild imagination.
Got anything on you that might help the situation?
Aside from my gun, you mean? Well, I got my pocket mirror, but I don't see how that can help.
I'll take that mirror for a spell if you don't mind.
Okay. Curious to see what you do with it.
All right. Oh, it's a bobcat.
How about that? Seems our devil is just a hungry wildcat. Got some good news for you.
Oh?
It's not the devil in there, it's a wildcat.
I knew it!
Jumped in through the window, looks like. Right now, he's having a fine time feasting on a fresh rabbit.
Oh. Are you certain? The devil takes many forms.
I'd stake my life on it.
So what do we do about it?
I'm open to suggestions.
Easiest thing to do would be to scare it off. I could fire a warning shot, that ought to spook it.
I'm not sure. It seems dangerous. I don't think I could lasso it safely.
I do have some firecrackers the trapper's son gave me. I could scare it off with those.
The poor creature's probably frightened to death.
It sure didn't seem that way.
Animals often act vicious to mask their fear.
Not that different to humans.
True enough.
What about you, Miss Nadine? Or Miss Johnson, excuse me?
Hey, Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
Any tips for dealing with wildcats?
Yes. Stay away from them.
We can't just leave this one in there.
Reckon you're right. Like I said before, keep your distance. Avoid direct confrontation. Best bet is to scare it off.
All right. The fireworks it is.
Phil?
Harley?
Let's see if you can spook that cat with some of your razzle-dazzle.
It would be my pleasure.
Give 'em the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle 'em.
Anda! Success! The beast jumped out the window.
What about that other noise? Damn it! The wildcat must have knocked over that oil lamp when it took off out of here.
Santa Maria! This is not good. We need to do something, and fast.
Deuce!
I suggest we focus on...
Should we really be...
What's this?
It's my supply of drink.
Someone give me a hand with this?
Whoopsie.
That was a close one.
Yes, a bit too close.
What? What happened?
The inside of the office got a little singed, but we managed to put out the fire.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Funny, didn't see him in there with the bucket. Guess we should head back.
God bless you, folks.
Excuse me. Rain, sleet, and snow, but that doesn't include the devil. Hellfire Pass. It's amazing how much the imaginary lines matter.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
How have you been liking our journey so far? Nice change of scene for you?
I feel as though I've seen and done more in the past few days than I have in my whole life.
Can't think of anything. Hey,
Yeah,
hell of a trip this has been so far. Huh, Jake?
sure has. Ought to give you plenty to write about, huh? Anytime, Harley.
And we start slowing down.
Leger, get up here, would you?
Why is Leger effective? Why is Harley effectively the leader? Other than Johnson.
What's the matter?
Bridge is out. We'll need to take the detour north through the mountains. Hey, you there. What happened to the bridge?
He
Just
happened.
fell down the other day. Damnedest thing. Heard a big boom, and next thing I know, no bridge. You know, if I was you, I'd just turn right back around.
Oh, yeah? What's wrong with the detour?
That road's haunted or cursed or something. Nobody who goes that way ever comes back.
You can't be serious.
That's what the last person who came through here said. And wouldn't you know it, I ain't seen him since.
Oh.
The bridge mysteriously collapses, and you just happen to come along and warn people about a haunted road? Seems to me you know more than you're letting on.
Oh, I'm just trying to be helpful.
Look, if folks take that road and never come back, it means they made it where they were going. Now, if everyone who went that way did come back, then you'd know there was something wrong.
Huh, never thought of it that way.
If you'll excuse us, we've wasted enough time.
Boy, oh boy.
What was that all about?
The bridge over the canyons collapsed, so we're taking a detour through the mountains.
Who was the old guy?
Just some nut. Tried to convince us the road was cursed.
You really do meet all kinds out here, huh?
Meet him in the
Seem to
city,
be
too.
blessed in that regard.
Santa Maria.
What the hell was that?
Are you okay, Harley?
Yeah, I'm fine. We'd better go see what happened.
A trap.
How bad is it?
Bad. One of the front wheels caught a big hole in the road. Front axle's completely split. It's gonna take some time to fix. I suggest y'all find a good camping spot. We might be here a couple days.
Well, this is just fantastic.
Accident happened
The
when I was.
broken axle is fixable. We can deal with this.
Yes, and if we lose a day, we lose a day.
And who might
Hey,
you?
folks.
Hold it there. Who the hell are you?
Easy now. I mean you no harm. My name is Jerome Hawkins. I come from the settlement just up the mountain. I saw your predicament. Came down to see if we could lend a hand.
There's a settlement on the mountain? This seems suspicious.
Awfully convenient, isn't it? We get warned about this road, and sure enough, we break down on it. And then a friendly stranger just happens by to help.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, ma'am. I can assure you there is no conspiracy here, only charitable concern.
Glad to hear it. It's always been my policy not to look a gift horse in the mouth.
I can repair the axle. I just need time.
Oh, nonsense. We'll send somebody down to see to your wagon. In the meantime, I invite you to come up and be our guest for supper. We can offer you a safe and comfortable place to rest tonight.
Much appreciated, Mr. Hawkins.
Wonderful. Follow me then.
Raise your hand if you're suspicious.
Greetings, friends. I hope you're well.
I might shaken up, but tolerable well otherwise.
I can only imagine. Brother Jerome said it looked like your wagon was in bad shape.
Nothing that can't be fixed.
Of course. But in the meantime, I invite you to stay with us here in New Bethel. I'm Joanna Taggart. On behalf of the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, I bid you welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Taggart.
Please, call me Sister Joanna.
Are you a religious sister then, Sister Joanna?
We are all brothers and sisters in God here, none placed above any other, although I do provide spiritual counsel to the community here. We can get further acquainted tonight. We're preparing a welcoming feast in your honor. You may wander freely as you please, but as this is a place of peace, we ask only that you relinquish any weapons you carry. Brother Jerome will store them safely for you. Sister Bridget, could you please show our guests around and get them settled?
Yes, Sister Joanna.
I look forward to seeing you all at the feast. Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, may I introduce our honored guests. At this table, we have Miss Harley Legere and Mr. Jake Ackerman. With the Rangers, Mr. Danny Lowe and Mr. Phil Marquez. And with Sister Bridget, Miss Lola Johnson and Miss Nadine Redbird. Please join me now in prayer. O Lord, we give thanks for sending these fine people here for safety in their time of need, and for this food prepared by loving hands. We give thanks to you for blessing New Bethel by raising it up on this mountain, above the troubles of the world below. For as we know from Psalms, the mountains will bring peace to the people, and the little hills by righteousness. As we partake of this food, we pray for health and strength to carry on and try to live as you would have us. This we ask in the name of God, our Heavenly Father. Amen.
Amen.
And now let us feast and celebrate the arrival of our new friends.
Hey there.
Hello, Sister Harley. I'm Bridget Doran. I hope you're having a nice time.
I am. Thank you.
So where they got you staying?
Oh, she's with me and my son Patrick. We have an extra cot.
What about you?
I got the cabin up on the hill, nice and private.
I am concerned for Miss Johnson.
Enjoying yourselves, boys?
This place is incredible. Jerome was just telling me.
It's Brother Jerome, if you don't mind.
Oh, right. Brother Jerome was just telling me all about the Rangers and what they do.
And what do you do?
I'd be happy to show you both in the morning. We can go on patrol.
That sounds great.
Sure. We'll see. Quite the welcome we've been given.
These are good people. Very generous.
We're very happy to have you.
The Hawkins family has offered to let me stay with them. And Sister Sue Ellen is going to show me the communal garden in the morning.
Yes, you should come have a look as well.
Maybe I will. He's really having a good time.
I truly hope you're enjoying the feast, Miss Legere.
I am. Thank you.
Allow me to present my husband, Captain Perry Cloud Smith.
Good to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm so delighted that God saw fit to bring us together. Already you and your friends have given us so much joy.
How long have you been living up here?
I was wondering.
You must have many questions, I'm certain. But tonight is for celebration. Questions and their answers can wait until tomorrow.
Okay.
Hello. I don't believe we've been properly introduced.
Oh, of course. Please forgive me. I'm Eliza Taggart.
Taggart? You're related to Joanna?
Yes, she's my mother. I wonder, Could you tell me something about your friend with the guitar? I find him rather intriguing.
Oh, Phil's great. Always willing to have fun.
Ah, I thought so. I appreciate your honesty. Now if you'll excuse me.
May I have everyone's attention, please? What a feast we have had. What joyous celebration. Alas, the hour grows late, and we must retire. God bless you all. I shall see you all bright and early for our morning sermon.
Leger, you in there? Get out here, now.
Gladly.
What's going on?
We got a problem. I tried going down to see about fixing the wagon this morning, but the path's guarded.
Guarded? By who?
The boy, Patrick.
Why is he guarded?
What's he have to guard against?
He just kept saying it was dangerous to go down alone. We gotta get down there somehow.
You want me to take care of him or something?
No, I want you to come with me to the wagon. We need to get one of the others to cause a distraction.
Right. But who?
I'll leave that for you to decide. Let's get moving.
Oh boy. All right. All right. Well, we got her up there.
If you're showing Brother Denny the ropes today, I'll take morning patrol.
You be careful out there.
I always am, brother. Ah, good morning, Sister Harley. So nice to see you up. We missed you at this morning's sermon.
Please don't call me sister.
All due respect, but just Harley will do.
Nonsense. While you're our guests, you're also part of this community.
You're very kind, but our aim isn't to stay here much longer.
I'm sure you're eager to get back on the road, but I urge you to take some time and appreciate the little respites God gives us. May I share a story with you?
Go on.
When I was a girl, I lived with my parents in Bright Bay. My life, though happy enough, seemed to me quite dull. I dreamed of something more exciting. Unfortunately, my wish came true. One day, while my parents were away on business, the police raided the home of the woman who was caring for me. She ran and I was taken into custody. The police failed to locate my parents and sent me to an orphanage. Then I was off to a workhouse. Those long days of toil, the beatings, the meager food, the nightly chorus of children sobbing themselves to sleep. I longed for the quiet, ordinary life I had taken for granted.
I'm so sorry. But you found your parents again?
No.
Eventually, after more than a year in the workhouse. Once I was back home, I did nothing but thank God for the respite he had given me. So you see, it's important to take advantage of the calmer moments, the ones you may consider dull. You never know quite how much you value them until they're gone. If you'll excuse me, I need to start my patrol. But please, make yourself at home. Help yourself to some tea. And don't worry about your wagon. Today is the Sabbath, but I'll put my best rangers to the task first thing tomorrow. Speak to you soon, Sister Harley.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Harley.
Enjoying yourself here?
How are you finding New Bethel?
It's impressive how the community has overcome a bad situation and grown from it. They all take care of each other. Everybody's been so kind. I already feel like I belong here.
We haven't even been here a full day yet.
I know. That's the most amazing part.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
I'm not gonna bother asking if he feels okay without his guns. That seems like a silly thing to do.
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all. I was just writing a song for Eliza.
Eliza?
You two hit it off then?
Indeed. She is a remarkable woman.
What do you think of New Bethel?
What do you think of this place?
I admit I have not had much of a chance to explore. Eliza has kept me occupied.
Right. I should have realized.
Tell me more about Eliza.
I'd like to hear more about Eliza.
Please, I do not kiss and tell.
I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to know if she told you anything about this place.
Ah, certainly. We had a very stimulating conversation after the party. This community was founded upon the ideals of independence and freedom. There is much to admire.
Uh-huh.
How about a preview of your song?
Well, all right. I only have the chorus so far. Eliza, Eliza, brown hair and green eyes, your smile can light up the room. Eliza, Eliza, you make my heart rise. Your radiance chases the gloom. What do you think?
It needs some work, I'll be honest.
Good start, but honestly, I think it could use some work.
I thought as much. Rhyming in English is not my strong suit.
It definitely
Thank you
needs
for your
work.
advice.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into any trouble, eh?
Right?
Hello, Jake.
Howdy.
What's your take on this place?
Thoughts on New Bethel?
Charming place, really. Nice folk.
I'm surprised. Wouldn't have figured you'd go in for all this biblical
Just write it in
stuff.
Spanish then,
I'm
yeah.
certainly not what you'd call a religious man myself, but I can respect their beliefs.
And what are you up to?
What are you doing out here?
Keeping the party going, chatting with Captain Perry, getting to know the place, same as you.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
The big man himself. It's full of curios, lots of crosses and a nativity scene. There's a box on the wall with a small hexagonal hole in it. Odd. There's
Odd indeed.
a few Bibles and some other religious texts. Looks like they've got a garden up there. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
What do you think of New Bethel?
This place, it's so welcoming. Everyone is from someplace different, but they've all come together into a whole. I could see myself being happy here. Perhaps I'll ask Sister Joanna if I might come back after we've completed our journey.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
And just what are you doing out here?
What's it look like? I'm guarding the path.
And why are you doing that?
Sister Joanna's orders. Nobody's allowed down the mountain without a ranger. You go down there by yourself, you're as good as dead.
Come on, it can't be bad as that.
There's heaps of wolves. They're big and fierce with pointy ears and huge fangs. They'll gobble you right up.
Uh-huh.
How do you like it here?
It's great. I get to live inside a big airship. You know how many secret places there are to play in?
No.
A lot. And I'm not telling you where, so don't get any ideas.
Tell me about your mother.
I'd like to know about your mother.
I don't like seeing her so sad all the time. She doesn't want to let me see, but I know she really misses Dad. I mean, I do too. With all my big brothers and sisters, it's like having a bunch of moms and dads, so I don't get lonely.
Do you like Joanna and her family?
I sure do! Sister Joanna and Brother Perry are always real nice. And Sister Eliza's almost like my real big sister. Sometimes we play hide and seek, She's real good at it. One time it took me hours to find her.
What do you think of Jerome and Sue Ellen?
Brother Jerome's the greatest. He taught me everything I know about being a ranger. And Sister Sue Ellen's nice, but she doesn't talk to me much. Sometimes I catch her staring at me with this real sad look on her face.
Keep up.
I will.
Let's see.
Looks like they've...
Who's who? I don't know who's who.
Cucumbers, huh?
Yes. These'll need harvesting before the cold sets in.
All right. Nope.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Harley.
All right.
See you.
Bye for now.
Hi, Brother Jerome.
Sister Harley?
What are your duties as a ranger?
Well, we hunt and provide for the community. Anything
Okay.
that requires leaving the safety of the settlement. My most important task is to help protect everybody. That means patrolling the woods and making sure nobody goes out alone.
So you're New Bethel's lawman?
Not quite. We don't enforce the rules. That falls to Sister Joanna. We're more like New Bethel's guardian shepherds.
Duty.
In our case, that includes guarding against actual wolves.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know about you and your wife.
We're just trying to get by like everybody else here. Sue Ellen's a great healer. Keeps everybody fit and healthy. I do my part as a ranger. We came to New Bethel later, but nobody bothers about those distinctions. We're just as much a part of this place as our brothers and sisters from the airship.
What do you mean by... Why does everybody talks about... whatever.
If you weren't part of the original voyage, when did you arrive?
Oh, around 10 years ago, we were one of the first new families. 6 other groups came after us. You folks are the first new faces we've seen in nearly 5 years.
Tell me about the Taggarts and Captain Perry.
Yeah, they survived a terrible disaster and built a thriving community up from the ashes. Doesn't get more admirable than that. Brother Perry is a good friend.
Right.
Sisters Johanna and Eliza are more reserved.
Okay, and what about Patrick?
I'd like to hear about the Doran family.
Now there's a couple of iron souls. Brother James taught me all I know about being a ranger. He was a good man. After his passing, it seemed only right that I should pass that knowledge on to his son. Sister Bridget don't much show it, but James's death hit her hard. Brother Patrick's a good kid, smart and eager to learn. He'll make a fine ranger.
Appreciate your time.
Be well.
Be well. Okay.
Hello there. How are you? Is everything all right?
Miss Leger, please don't talk to him. He's not in a fit state for it right now.
Okay.
Hello, Brother Perry.
Oh, you don't have to worry about all that brother-sister stuff with me. Feels strange, only having just met. Be nice for someone to call me Captain Perry again.
So, what are you the captain of?
I was the captain of this airship once, when it was still fit to fly.
Of course, I should have realized.
Not to worry. It's been so long, I often forget myself.
Do you miss flying?
Do you miss captaining an airship? Sailing the open skies?
Every day. Please understand I'm quite happy here. But watching the sun rise over the same horizon for 12 years, let's just say I wouldn't mind getting a glimpse of another part of the world now and then.
Yeah. How did the crash happen?
How exactly did the airship go down?
Oh, I'd rather not dredge that up. Especially not with someone I barely know.
In other words, it was his mistake.
Can you tell me about the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn?
Fine folks, all of them. You'll get to know everybody yourself in time.
But I want to know your thoughts.
I'm not much for gossip. especially with folks I'm barely acquainted with.
That man chopping wood, is he all right?
Yes, he's fine. He's just being disciplined. Maybe we should attend to his example.
See you later, Captain.
Goodbye, Miss Legere.
He's being disciplined. Why is he being disciplined?
Good morning, Joanna.
Oh, good morning, Sister Harley. I hope you slept well.
Well enough. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Of course. Tell me what's on your mind.
Why are you
Not to be rude, but why are you calling me Sister Harley? I thought that was just something between members of your community.
While you're here, you are a member. We're all children of God, after all.
How long have you been here?
Just how long have you folks been living up here anyway?
This is our 12th year in New Bethel, but the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn came together before that. I founded this community back in Bright Bay.
How did you get here?
So how did you get from Bright Bay to this mountain?
It was God's will. When Eliza was a small child, he sent her a vision. She saw a distant shore, the sun rising over the hills and shining on the water of a new ocean. It was clearly a sign to journey west, to the coast. I chartered an airship for Las Virgenes, but God had other plans for us. Our ship suffered mechanical problems en route. We were forced to make an emergency landing on this mountaintop. It was by the grace of God that we all reached the ground again safely. The ship had done its duty delivering us here. It would never fly again. So we salvaged it and built our new homes from the wreckage.
You never tried continuing the journey?
So you just decided to stay here and not finish the journey?
But you see, we did reach the end. Eliza later told me she'd had another vision. This time she saw great cities on the shore belching smoke and noise, the ground cracking open and the hills spitting fire. Her first vision had been a clue to go west, just not to the coast as we had thought. Our promised home was east of the sea, where the sun rose over the mountaintop.
When did Eliza have this second vision?
Midway through the voyage. She was on her way to tell me when the airship malfunctioned. It couldn't be clearer that this was God's plan for us all along.
Any updates on the wagon repairs?
I'm afraid I wouldn't know. Eliza has been tasked with handling that. But don't worry. However long it takes, you're always welcome here.
Why is the path up?
Why is Patrick guarding the mountain path?
A ranger, or ranger in training, is always posted there. This is to prevent anyone from going down into the valley alone. It's quite dangerous down there, as you well know.
I'd like to know more about you.
Me? Well, I have been chosen to lead the community. It is a
By
sacred
whom?
responsibility. I see to it that every single person here is safe and well cared for.
Tell me about your husband.
I love him. What more is there to tell?
What can you tell me about Eliza?
My dear daughter, her life has not been easy. I can only hope that New Bethel has brought her the peace and happiness she deserves.
Why hasn't her life been easy?
Our life in Bright Bay was turbulent. You'll forgive me if I don't elaborate further.
Eliza told me a story about her being sent to an orphanage.
Please, let's not speak of that. She clearly trusts you if she shared that with you, but that's deep in the past. It was a dark chapter in our lives.
I'm curious about Bridget and her son.
Ah, yes, Sister Bridget. I pray for her and little brother Patrick every day. Losing Brother James was very hard on them both. But Brother Patrick will be a great ranger one day, and Sister Bridget has blossomed into a pillar of the community.
I believe that the chopping of the wood is a disciplinary action.
I want to know about the Hawkins family.
Brother Jerome is one of our best rangers, and Sister Sue Ellen is a gifted healer. I thank God every day for the blessings of their fellowship.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
All right, let's ask Danny about his guns.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Harley.
Sorry about your guns. Must be weird to be without them.
Oh, not so much. This isn't like last time. I know where they are, and Jerome told me I could get them if I really needed to. Not that I will, of course.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
Okay. Hmm.
A tin cup. Looks clean enough.
Hopefully it's clean enough.
Keeps the room warm. Winters here must get awful chilly, though.
Yeah, slightly.
A handsome-looking man. Bridget standing with a man. This must be Patrick's. It's full of all sorts of wooden toys. Bridget and Patrick's beds. Not very comfortable. I hope we don't stick around here too long.
Feels more like you're prisoners than not. Wouldn't you agree?
It's full of rainwater. Amelia Grimes. Isabella Wood. Abraham Levinsky. Stephen Wood. Oliver Thackeray. Lucy O'Hanrahan.
Oh, Thackeray.
James Doran. Aaron O'Hanrahan. Tiny crosses. One for baby Hawkins, another for Katrina, and the last for Zachariah. How sad. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Paying a visit?
I'm tending my husband's grave.
My condolences.
Losing James was hard, but the community gives me strength to carry on. I thank God for them. Not just for my sake, but for Patrick's as well.
I hope this isn't too forward, but what happened to your husband?
His leg was wounded in a hunting accident and it got infected. Sister Sue Ellen did her best to heal him, but it wasn't enough. We don't have much in the way of medicine here.
Again, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. He's with God now.
Tell me about yourself and Patrick.
I'm raising my boy the best I can. I'm blessed to have the support of the whole community, but it's not the same without James. Patrick will follow in his father's footsteps and make a fine ranger someday.
Right.
I'd like to know about the Taggarts and Captain Perry.
Sister Johanna is an inspiring leader. You've met her, so you've seen her kindness and compassion firsthand. And Brother Perry, well, it's sweet to see how devoted he is to Sister Johanna. He was just an outsider in the beginning, but they hit it off early on.
Right.
What can you tell me about the Hawkins family?
Brother Jerome and Sister Sue Ellen are good people. Brother Jerome has been kind enough to take Patrick under his wing and train him as a ranger. And dear Sister Sue Ellen, I only wish we were closer.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
God go with you.
Okay. Must be something I'm missing.
A kettle hanging over the communal fire.
A bell. I don't know why they need the ship's bell,
An
but
old ship's bell. Probably used for getting everyone's attention. SS Rowena. I remember hearing about this airship vanishing. That must have been a decade ago. Must be their flag. Looks homespun. That thing's huge. Must be made from the ship's beams. firewood and some branches for kindling.
Yeah, I've looked at everything here.
That's not the right shape.
Oh, I need to carve it somehow.
Phil's shirt, jacket, and hat. Seems they came off rather quickly. Certainly makes a statement.
Yeah.
Eliza's nightstand. This was clearly taken at least a decade ago. It's Joanna, Eliza, and some man I don't recognize. These are mostly nursery books. Educational primers, moral fables, Bible stories, and the like. Guess Eliza hasn't had much opportunity for book shopping as an adult.
With him there, I don't know if I should search the... See, is there a knife in here? No. Doo-doo-doo.
This must be... Nothing to say, really.
Okay.
You've done a great job tending these plants.
Thank you. It's a collective effort.
Hello, Sue Ellen.
Hello, Harley.
Are you in charge of the garden? It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's everybody's garden, but I spend more time here than most. I find tending the plants very soothing. Plus, I have my special plot of medicinal herbs.
You've got quite a collection. Some of these I've never even seen.
Be glad to tell you all about them sometime.
Could you tell me about the Taggarts and Captain Perry?
What can I say? Sister Joanna is our fearless leader. She keeps this place running, even if she can be severe sometimes. Eliza is a lot like her mama that way. Brother Perry is the friendliest of the bunch. He's always good for a chin wag. Sometimes I wonder how somebody like him ended up with Sister Joanna. Of course, that's really none of my business.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to know about you and Jerome.
I'm the healer here, and Jerome is a ranger. We do our part to make sure everyone is healthy and safe.
I spoke with Jerome, and he told me you two came after the original Voyagers.
Yes, that's right. We don't much talk about that. Sister Joanna likes to say that everybody here has always been part of New Bethel, even if they didn't know it yet. Some of our brothers and sisters are still on their way to us, even now. We got here about 2 years after this whole thing started. Other families came after, but we were about the first newcomers.
What exactly were the circumstances that led to your arrival?
Jerome and I were coming down from Shivering Pines, heading for the coast in search of a new life. But our wagon broke down on the road through the mountains.
You didn't take the canyon bridge?
Is there a bridge now? Wasn't one when we came through.
Normally, yes, but it recently collapsed. That's why we went through the pass.
Huh. Well, Brother James came and found us and brought us up the mountain. At first, we had every intention of keeping on, but we didn't have any real plans, and folks here were so welcoming. We never really made the decision to stay. We just never left.
What about the other families?
Same story, more or less.
Can you tell me about the Dorans?
Oh, well, they ain't had it easy. A few years back, James got a nasty gash in his leg while he was out hunting. The wound got infected. I did all I could, but he didn't make it. Poor Sister Bridget has been so strong through all of it. Brother Patrick's adjusted about as well as can be expected. I'm just thankful Jerome's been such a good mentor to him.
I'll let you get back to your garden.
Come enjoy it anytime.
Yeah. How am I supposed to carve the, let's see if she's got
Miss Johnson?
What is it?
Where's Lisa Lou?
Around here somewhere. She was raring to explore the woods around the cabin.
This place is really something, huh?
It's something, all right. They're very hospitable, but everybody's too much in everybody else's business. Creeps me out.
Something's just not right around here.
Yes, I've had the same feeling, but we ought to tread lightly. Stay alert.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. Let me see. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I've got to beware. I keep coming back here and I don't know why. I can't double click to, I can only double click to leave scenes. This doesn't count as leaving a scene.
It's full of what appears to be tea leaves. A strainer and teapot. Just need to add some tea leaves and hot water to brew a cup.
Okay.
Good to see you, Brother Jerome.
Likewise.
You keep that hot.
I was trying to get him to carve it. Yeah, I've looked and talked to it.
Not.
I guess I have to check the...
Hey, what have you no?
Okay.
That's what I thought would happen.
Firewood. I've already...
Howdy.
I think there's something strange going on here.
What do you figure?
I spoke to Jerome and Sue Ellen. They told me their wagon broke down just like ours.
Yeah.
What's more, several other families who came after them experienced similar breakdowns.
So you think there's some sort of conspiracy?
It's happened too many times to be a coincidence.
I can't say I agree with you there, Harley. If it was intentional, and these folks were sabotaging wagons and trapping people, they'd have lots more captives, don't you think?
Maybe, but...
But nothing. We'll be on our way soon enough. Enjoy this little rest while it lasts.
That's all I know right now, but I'll tell you if I learn more.
I have no doubt you will.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
'Cause I don't have a knife, right? Yeah. I don't know where to find a knife. The most knife-like thing I've seen.
That's not the right...
Yeah.
It's full of curios. A con...
Hi.
Think I had one of those once, but it's been so long I can't be certain.
Thanks.
No, it's sticking me on fire.
There's no reason to give this to...
Hello, Har.
I have the...
Why would you think that?
Sorry.
You heard what Sue Ellen said about the other families arriving here the same way we did. Doesn't that seem suspicious to you?
Yes, I suppose it does. I hate jumping to conclusions, though. If there really is something amiss, I want to be certain.
I haven't got anything else, but I'll keep looking.
All right.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
I need a way to shape this branch I got. What am I missing?
Hey.
Yeah?
You got a neat toy
Saw
car.
your toy chest in the cabin. Nice collection.
Those aren't even the best ones. The real good ones are in my hideout.
You've got a hideout?
Yup, but it's a secret. I go there when I want to be alone. It's where I keep my best stuff.
Does anyone else know about it?
Just Eliza, but she's real good at keeping secrets. Don't tell.
I want to go down to our wagon.
Sorry, but you can't.
You just said I could if I was accompanied by a ranger.
The rangers are all busy today. Maybe tomorrow.
What about you?
Me? I'm not a full ranger yet. I'm still in training.
Keep up the good work, kid.
I will.
Not.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Harley.
Would you give us a moment, Brother Jerome?
Of course.
I don't want to alarm you, but something about this place isn't quite right.
What do you mean?
Several families got stuck here. Like
Sue Ellen told me about how she and Jerome got here.
Oh, sure. Jerome told me too. How the wagon broke down and all that.
It didn't strike you as familiar?
Sure, it sounded like what happened to us. Are you saying it's not a coincidence?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Come on, Harley. Really? Mountain roads are full of rocks and things. I'm not surprised a wagon would break down there.
That's all for right now. I'll let you know if I hear anything else.
Excuse me.
Okay.
You can come back now, Brother Jerome.
You were listening, I know.
I have to find a way to get down the mountain. Patrick's blocking the way.
Why do you want to go down there?
To check on the wagon.
Oh, right. Jerome was talking about that earlier. I wouldn't worry about it.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
No help there.
Hello again, Joanna.
Hello to you, Sister Harley.
I saw a portrait in Eliza's quarters of the two of you with a man. Who is he?
I'm under the impression the wagon won't be there tomorrow.
Eliza's father, Jonathan. I allow her to keep the portrait because she should remember him, but I would prefer not to.
Why not?
I'd rather not speak of it. It's too painful.
Know anything about Patrick's hideout?
Sorry.
Youth is so fleeting. He will have to set aside childish things and assume the responsibilities of an adult member of this community soon enough.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
Oh wait, his mom. We'll go talk to his mom about his hideout. Because I bet there's a knife in the hideout.
It's full.
Yeah, it's a rain barrel.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Patrick told me he has a secret hideout. Know where it is?
No. Sister Eliza assured me it was safe, so I didn't feel it was necessary to pry. It's good for Patrick to have a place he can be alone.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
Well, dang.
God go with you.
She's
Okay, so
Hi.
Sister
Patrick's not letting me go down the mountain path.
Good. He's not supposed to.
Why not?
You need a ranger to go with you, and Patrick's still in training.
can't you?
Couldn't you be my escort down the mountain?
Is there an emergency?
No, I just want to check on our wagon.
Don't worry about the wagon. It's in good hands. There's nothing else worth going down there for, believe me. Anyhow, today we're honoring the Sabbath.
Has Patrick told you about his hideout?
Oh, he's mentioned it once or twice. Don't know where it is, but I know he keeps his little treasures there.
What does Patrick consider a treasure?
He loves his little wooden figures, that's for sure, especially animals.
Appreciate your time.
Beware.
Hey, we happen to have a wooden figure. No, it's not here.
Nothing else?
Nothing else to say to him.
Hello.
Howdy.
The mountain path's being guarded and I can't get down.
Why would you want to?
I want to make sure the wagon's being repaired.
Shoot, just ask Joanna. She said she'd take care of it.
Already did. She told me to ask Eliza.
Well, then go ask her.
Already did that too. She said nobody was working today because it's the Sabbath.
So we wait an extra day. El Presidio's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and neither are we. Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
Phil?
Harley?
Listen to me, Phil. There's something off about this place.
How do you mean?
Sue Ellen told me we aren't the first people whose wagon broke down on the mountain road. In fact, she and Jerome wound up here much the same way we did, along with several other families.
It seems a stretch. You saw the condition of the road. I was not able to see any evidence of sabotage.
That's as much as I've learned so far.
Well, if you find anything else, let me know.
That boy Patrick is guarding the path down the mountain.
And? Why would you want to go?
To check on the wagon, for starters.
Jerome said he would take care of the repairs. More hands do not always make for faster work.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into it.
Can't.
Alright. Alright, I gotta do a quick BRB. Give me a few minutes. I appreciate everybody's patience. Alright, I am back. But I am going to have to turn off my camera. Because I has food. I think maybe I need to check the, I think maybe I need to check the animals in the toys. Exactly.
This must be.
Nope. Not there. See.
I've got.
Yeah.
Not now.
I'm working on it. I have to find proof that there's foul play afoot. There's foul foot of play. But I don't know where to look. Oh, I'll look at that. Yeah, I've tried. All of them don't want to. Might be something to do with that. But I don't know how I'd get up there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I should.
Not now, Leger. We need to get to the wagon.
Hey, Nate.
Hello, Harley.
Would you be so kind as to carve me something?
I'd be glad to. Just bring me something to carve.
We'll talk.
I look forward.
I've got this piece of wood. Think you could carve something for me?
What did you have in mind?
I'll let you decide.
How about you pick?
Very well. I'll have it ready in just a while.
There we go.
Here you are.
Thanks. This is great.
Salmon.
Here. I thought you might like something for your collection.
Hey, thanks.
Aren't you gonna keep it with your extra special toys?
Oh, well, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not really the same as, maybe if it was more exciting?
Spoiled little brat.
Okay. So I need something more exciting. Just keep taking their stockpile of wood for the winter.
Could you?
What did you have in mind?
I think I'd like a wolf.
Very well. I'll have it ready in just a while. Here you are.
Beautiful work, Nadine.
Okay. Let's see how that wolf looks.
Here, I thought you might like something for your collection.
Oh, wow, a wolf! And look at those fangs! This is great! I'll be back in just a minute. Don't get any ideas about going down the path. I'll know if you do.
Better not try calling his bluff, but let's just see where he goes.
Okay, you're not making me follow him. That's good.
He's going towards the cabin. Interesting.
Okay. So I was wrong.
Looks like I found your secret hideout.
All right.
Let's see what Patrick's got hidden back here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Interesting. A small crank handle. Open sesame.
All right.
Rather cozy up here, and you can't beat the view. Patrick's collection of extra special figurines.
The wolf's not among them.
Can't see a thing. I think it's missing a lens.
Where might we find a lens? Yep.
It's full of...
Oh, let's see.
Not now.
I've got... nothing else. Can't think of... All right.
Yep.
Good to see.
Likewise.
All right. Nope. Thanks. Go see.
I've got nothing.
Okay.
She's tending.
Oh, wait. Let's go try to talk to Nadine.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
I've tried.
Why not?
Patrick said it's for our safety. Wolves in the forest or something.
These people have lived here a long time. I think we should listen to them.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
I shouldn't disturb.
Not.
Sorry.
Hmm. Where would I get a lens?
He's not. It's full of. An old spyglass, part of the original airship. Patrick's collection of.
Where can I find a lens?
The big.
I think I tried talking to him, didn't I?
Can't think of it. According. These are mostly nurse. Guess Eliza has.
Tried talking to everybody.
I've got.
So.
Bridget standing.
Okay.
Not much use. I need to put some tea in. There. Just need some hot water now. A strainer, it's loaded with tea. I just. An old tin. Not much use when the cup is empty.
Well. Oh, I have to go to the rain barrel, of course. That makes sense. I was expecting there to be hot water over the fire.
Now to wait. One cup of hot water, all mine. Now to let it steep for a few minutes.
All right.
There, a nice hot cup of tea.
I appreciate the offer.
I have no use for this. Gosh darn it, wrong button. All right, let's try this. Go here, select this.
No, thank you.
What?
No, thank you. We've all taken a vow of poverty.
What does that have to do with drinking tea?
Thank you, but I'm not allowed.
You sure got a lot of junk.
Out you go.
Alright, let's try this again. Maybe I have to use their tea.
Now.
Oh. Food is done. I am back.
1 cup. There. Some nettle leaves from the big tent. Now to let it there, a nice hot.
Thanks, but
You keep that.
He seems preoccupied. Hey, Cap.
Is it more of that nettle stuff?
Yes, actually.
Then I'll respectfully decline.
Out you go. There's still some tea left.
Well, now I know who I need to give the tea to. I have to give him good tea, which I happen to have thanks to the captain.
Now to wait.
You gotta love the do and redo again.
1 cup. There. Now. There. Hey, Captain. How about a nice cup of tea?
Is it more of that nettle stuff?
No, this is from my own private store. It's from Ceylon.
No kidding. How'd you come by that?
We recently met a former whaler. He had souvenirs from around the world. He gave me a caddy as a memento, and it had some tea left in it. I thought you might appreciate a taste from another part of the world.
Ah, this is delicious. I don't know what to say, aside from thank you.
My pleasure.
Please join me. Have some tea and we can chat.
I'm more of a coffee drinker, but I'll gladly take the conversation.
I apologize for being so abrupt before. If you still have questions, I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability.
How did the crash happen?
Do you think we could talk a little about the airship crash now? I'd really like to understand more about the origins of this community.
Yes, that's understandable. Of course you're curious to know what kind of place you fetched up in. All right. 12 years ago, Johanna chartered my cargo ship to take her group from Bright Bay to Las Virgenes. But late one night, still half a day from our destination, the boiler failed. We started losing altitude. We were already crossing the mountains, and all around was rocky peaks and forest. No safe place to set down. I was forced to make an emergency landing, more a barely controlled crash, really, on the side of this mountain. And here we are still.
Wow.
The Rowena was wrecked beyond hope of repair. But somehow nobody was hurt or killed in the crash. A miracle, as Joanna reminds us, if we ever forget.
Do you know what caused the failure?
Yes, I'm certain I do. But it doesn't matter.
Why does the cause of the crash matter? Why doesn't?
What makes you say it doesn't matter what caused the crash?
It was a long time ago. So much has changed, and I've forgiven and forgotten. To tell the truth, that final voyage was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because of it, I met and married Joanna. I got to watch her blossom into a truly inspirational leader, and I found a new home. She's the captain of this ship now, doing a far better job of it than I ever could.
I imagine it wasn't easy for you to adjust to this life.
It took some getting used to, I admit, and not just for me. Many of the original passengers found it hard to live up here. They thought they were headed for a sunny coastal paradise, not a barren mountaintop surrounded by ferocious beasts. Joanna tried to keep morale up, but that didn't stop a group of dissenters from forming. They began challenging her, spreading rumors and confusion. In the end, she had no choice but to discipline them.
What happened to the dissenters?
How exactly did Joanna discipline the dissenters?
She had them stay in the cabin over yonder, isolated from the rest of the community and kept under guard. She wanted to give them time to cool down and reconsider, but I could see that wasn't going to happen. They had made up their minds to leave. Keeping them prisoner was only making things worse.
So what happened?
They escaped one night, under my watch.
You let the dissenters go, didn't
You
you?
expect me to believe the dissenters escaped?
Joanna believed it, still does, despite the rumors and hearsay. That's all that matters.
Were you punished in any way?
I was under the silence for a week for failing to protect the dissenters from the dangers of the wilderness. Small price to pay for both the good of the community and those poor souls who left.
What's the
The
silence?
silence? What's that?
A custom Joanna and Eliza came up with. You can't speak, and nobody is allowed to talk to you for however long your silence lasts. Bit of a funny punishment, but I can appreciate the idea behind it. After all, a captain needs to keep discipline among the crew.
I'd like to know more about the community.
Is there anything you'd be willing to share about the people of New Bethel? Who's who, their relationships, their history? There's so much I don't know.
Suppose it couldn't hurt. Go on, then.
All right.
What did you do before coming here?
I piloted this ship, the Rowena, before it became our home. Drifted from port to port, doing odd transport jobs.
This is basically
Never
JW?
imagined I'd stay still for more than a month, let alone 12 years.
I know a little bit about what that's like. I never stayed put long either.
Well, this community put an end to my wandering ways. Maybe it'll do the same for you.
I'm not familiar with JW.
Tell me about Joanna and Eliza.
I got to know Joanna on the voyage here. Over dinner in my quarters, she told me all about her thoughts and philosophies on life. It was fascinating to meet someone so passionate and high-spirited. After the crash, I got to know and respect her more.
Oh.
She emerged as the spiritual leader of New Bethel. We married a few years after. As for Eliza, she's always been utterly devoted to her mother. We get along, but I'm mindful about giving her space.
What can you tell me about Bridget and Patrick?
The boy seems happy here. I'm glad Jerome's seeing to his training. Bridget has more than readjusted to life here. She was originally one of the dissenters, you see. But she and her husband James returned that winter with their newborn son. Seems Bridget wasn't aware when they left that she was with child. Having a baby out there in the wilderness changed the calculation, I guess.
Interesting.
What's to know about Jerome and Sue Ellen?
Good people. They came to New Bethel a couple of years after the crash. I believe they met with trouble on the road, much as you did. And lucky thing for us, they stayed. They're both vital parts of this community.
See you later, Captain.
Goodbye, Miss Legere.
Can't.
Okay.
I've got nothing.
Yep.
Hello again.
Hello to you.
What's the silence?
I've heard about something called the silence. What is that?
It is a method to discipline those who fall into error. When one undergoes the silence, they are prohibited from speaking with anyone except God. That way, they are encouraged to reflect on their actions and to seek his forgiveness. Once they have done so, they're welcomed back to the community as stronger, better people.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
Hi, brother.
Sister
Can you tell me what the silence is?
nothing you gotta concern yourself with. Just keep on the straight and narrow, and you'll be fine.
Appreciate your time.
Be well.
So much for freedom. Wouldn't you agree?
Hello.
Hello, Harley.
Can you tell me what the silence is?
Oh, that's Sister Joanna's punishment for anybody who crosses her. You ain't allowed to speak to nobody or be spoken to. There's extra chores, extra prayers, and fasting. That means you get cut to 1 meal a day.
Sounds harsh. Have you been under the silence?
Plenty of times. Sister Joanna and I don't always see eye to eye, and she don't appreciate back talk. Jerome tells me I ought to keep my thoughts to myself, but that ain't how I do.
I'll let you get back to your garden.
Come enjoy it anytime.
Interesting.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
I've learned some more about this place, and it's not good.
Tell me.
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of dissenters who were kept under lock and key. And you heard what Sue Ellen told me about the silence.
That sounds like how it was at my old school. The nuns were quite strict as well. Every religious community has its methods of discipline.
I haven't got anything else, but I'll keep looking.
All right.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Is it true that Patrick was born in the wilderness?
Who told you that?
The same person who told me about letting you and the other dissenters go.
I see. Yes, it's true. I was unaware of my condition when we left. Otherwise... Anyway. We came back, along with another family who left with us, and a third we met on the way. Sister Johanna forgave us, thank God. She is truly an angel among us.
Yeah, terror.
What compelled you to leave in the first place?
We were following someone we thought knew better than Sister Johanna, but as it turned out, he didn't. That's his grave over there. Abraham Levinsky.
Who was he?
Just a strong-willed fool who felt our journey was incomplete. He convinced us to continue to Las Vírgenes on foot.
What happened to Abraham?
What became of Abraham Levinsky and the other dissenters?
Those poor, poor souls. They died out there. Every last one. Sister Johanna sent my husband back to Abraham's camp to try to convince them to return, but all he found was carnage. Wolves, it was. When I think of how horrible it must have been, and how lucky we were to escape that fate. Enough. Let us speak of something else, please.
I've heard about something called the silence. What is that?
When one of us falls into sin, they must find their way back to grace. In the silence. Sister Johanna determines how long is needed. While someone is under the silence, they may not speak or be spoken to. There are other requirements, but it's not my place to share them.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
God go with you. Please excuse me, Sister Harley. I need to get back to my quarters.
Okay. See you later, I guess.
Okay.
She's busy.
She's busy.
Hey.
Hi, Harley.
Would you give...
Of course.
I learned some more concerning things about this place.
What is it?
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of dissenters who were kept under lock and key. And Sue Ellen told me about a harsh punishment called the silence, where people can't speak for days if they upset Joanna.
Huh. That does sound pretty extreme. But I don't know, it doesn't seem that strange to me. Is there anything else that seems off to you?
That's all for right now. I'll let you know if I hear anything else.
Okay.
You can come back now, Brother Jerome.
I know you're listening.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
Hello, Jake.
Howdy. What's got you right?
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of dissenters who were kept under lock and key. And Sue Ellen told me about a harsh punishment.
That all? Shoot. That don't sound like much. She's the leader here. And if that's what it takes to keep the peace, so be it. It's hardly cause to think we're in any danger.
That's all I know right now, but I'll tell you if I learn more.
I have no doubt you will.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
Phil?
Harley?
Listen to me, Phil. There's something off about this place.
Have you found something else?
I've learned that Joanna isn't quite as nice as she seems. She jailed a group of dissenters and forces anyone who displeases her to undergo the silence.
What is that?
A punishment where the person can't speak or be spoken to, gets less food, and has to do extra chores and prayers.
Perhaps this community isn't as idyllic as it seems. This does seem suspicious, though it could all be a coincidence. I do not think this proves anything sinister. There is still too much doubt.
That's as much as I've learned so far.
Well, if you find anything else, let me know.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into any trouble, eh?
I'm working on getting into trouble. Let me see. What else? Have you met me? Yeah.
Sorry, can't talk.
She's busy.
She's... Hi, brother.
Sister.
Do you know what happened to Abraham?
Do you know anything about what happened to Abraham Levinsky?
Afraid not. That was all before my time.
Appreciate your time.
Beware.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you know anything about Abraham Levinsky?
I've only heard a few stories. He ain't too highly regarded round here. So many didn't survive that first winter after the crash. If the dissenters hadn't taken so much away with them, things might have gone different.
I'll let you get back to your garden.
Come enjoy it any time.
Let's go talk to the captain about Abraham. We're not talking to her about him.
Captain Perry?
Yes, Miss Le...
Could you tell me about Abraham Levinsky?
Oh, dreadful business. He led the dissenters who split from the community. Some changed their minds and came back. Joanna sent James to Abraham's camp to try to convince the rest to return. But all he found was Abraham's body and signs that wolves had attacked the camp and killed the rest. We had a funeral for Abraham and buried him in the graveyard. Joanna didn't let anyone see the body. It was too roughed up by those wolves.
Sounds awful.
Thankfully, we have the rangers to protect us, so nothing like that ever happens again.
See you later, Captain.
Goodbye, Miss Legere.
Am I gonna have to talk to Joanna about Abraham?
Hello again.
Hello to...
Exactly what happened to Abraham Levinsky?
Oh, poor brother Abraham. He was tragically led astray. He and several others began to question God's plan for us. They ended up leaving New Bethel. Some saw the light and returned, but the rest were not so fortunate. God punished them for their lack of faith. The wilds claimed them. Brother Abraham was the only one whose remains we could recover. Brother James brought his mangled body back to New Bethel. We laid him to rest among our dead, praying God would grant him forgiveness.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
It's
Let's see. I still haven't found that. I may be stuck here for a while.
Not now.
how sad. Isabella Wood. Steve. Lucy. Aaron. Amelia. Abraham. Wait, haven't I seen that name somewhere recently?
Where did I say Abraham? Where did I see Abraham Levinsky?
Abraham Levinsky. Wait, haven't I seen that name somewhere recently?
Oh, wait.
According to Joanna, this is her.
Okay. Where have I seen that name?
This article mentions an Abraham Levinsky living in Las Virgenes, which is where he intended to go, according to Bridget. And Captain Perry said Joanna wouldn't let anyone see the body because it was too mangled, but what if... Suppose there's only one way to find out.
I sometimes forget there's still an entire world out there.
Thanks.
No, thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm not sure.
She's busy.
She's busy.
You keep that.
Okay, maybe I need to talk to him.
All right.
Yep.
Nothing else? I've got nothing. She's 10.
Do I have to dig up a grave?
Miss Johnson, keep a lookout. I'm gonna search this grave.
What? Why on earth?
Call it a hunch. I think something's going on here.
Be quick then, and try not to draw any attention. Lord alive.
I knew it! There's nothing here.
Excuse me?
This grave is a fake. The whole story about Abraham Levinsky is probably fake too. The question is, why go to all that effort?
Why indeed. We need to figure out what's going on here, but I'd be careful who you tell about this.
I'm sure that will tell me everything I need to know.
Appreciate.
Hey, Nate.
Hello,
I've learned some more about this place, and it's not good.
Tell me.
There's an empty grave.
There's a fake grave in the graveyard. It supposedly belongs to the leader of a group of deserters, but it's empty.
You dug up someone's grave?
I looked under the rocks.
Why would you do such a thing?
But I told you, there's nothing underneath.
Still, it's just wrong.
I haven't got anything else, but I'll keep looking.
All right.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
She's...
So she wasn't the one to talk to.
She's
busy.
Hey,
Hi,
would you give... I learned...
What is it?
It supposedly belongs to the leader of a group of deserters, but it's empty.
You searched his grave?
I had to find out if the story was true.
That's just wrong, Harley. Maybe you misunderstood and the grave is just a memorial.
It's not. Trust me.
Please, I don't want to hear any more about it.
That's all for right now. I'll let you know if I hear anything else.
Okay.
You can come back now, Brother Jerome.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna actually load.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
And so I'm gonna go on ahead and load. Because apparently telling those two are not the right people to tell.
Nothing else to... Hello.
Howdy. What's got you...
There's a fake grave in the graveyard. It supposedly belongs to the leader of a group of deserters, but it's empty.
What you mean, fake? A memorial?
No, a fake. A man's supposed to be buried there, but he's not.
Why would someone go to the trouble of making a fake grave?
Exactly what I want to know.
I admit it's suspicious, but that's not enough to start stirring up the pot.
That's all I know right now, but I'll tell you if I learn more.
I have no doubt you will.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
Nothing else?
Meal.
Harley?
You want more? I know, right?
Listen to me, Phil. There's something off about this place.
Have you found something else?
Joanna and the others told me a story about Abraham Levinsky, the leader of a group of deserters. He was supposedly killed by wolves and buried in the graveyard, but the grave is empty.
Slow down a moment. You dug up one of the graves?
Not so much dug as moved the rocks, enough to see there was nothing underneath.
I see. I suppose you had your reasons. And you say there was no body?
That's right. I also have proof that Levinsky is still alive. Look.
Very well. I have heard enough. Clearly these people are hiding something from us. I will see if I can coax any information from Eliza when I see her again.
So will you let me search this place now?
Yes, go ahead.
A Bible. I'll leave that right where it is. And what's this? Some kind of lens.
Yes!
Better take it.
The lens! The lens! We got the lens we need.
A perfect fit. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. That's the base of the mountain near where we broke down. Hello, and who might you be? Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Is it going to be the same thing again? No.
Hello, Jake.
Howdy. What's got you?
I caught a glimpse of a cloaked figure sneaking into a secret cave down on the mountain road. I have a feeling there's something important in there.
A secret cave, huh? You might be onto something there. We can't just sit around then. Time for action. What do you suggest?
Miss Johnson and I are trying to get down to the wagon. We need you to help us distract Patrick.
Easy. Lead on.
We just need you to get the kid out of the way long enough for us to get down the mountain without being spotted.
Leave everything to me. Excuse me, son. I was wondering if you had a minute.
Sure. What do you need?
Just need you to come with me for a second. Captain Perry wants a word.
Oh, okay, if it's quick. Sister Joanna won't like it if I leave my post long.
Oh, doesn't I? And 3, 2, 1.
Now's our chance.
Let's go. Okay, not making me do it.
No!
They looted the wagon.
What have these people done to my wagon?
It's clear they don't want us leaving New Bethel.
You said there was a cave down here?
Looked like.
Then see if you can find it. We need to figure out what we're up against.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. This bush was put here deliberately. Hey, look! I found the cave.
Good. Now see what's inside, and be quick.
It's a hand-drawn map of the area. That's the road, and it's been marked with several X's. This is exactly where we broke down. What's this? Looks like some kind of handbook. A printer's proof copy. This workbench is a mess of books. It's full of dynamite and wires. Someone has been making explosives. It's stuffed with guns and ammunition. That's not a good sign. These look like they were placed here recently. Wait a minute. These are our wheels. A shovel and pickaxe. Perfect for digging potholes and dirt roads.
Anything else? Nope.
No time for chatter now.
Oh, you know what? I need to read the book.
The Saboteur's Handbook by JT and JR. My God, I need to show this to Lola. Now.
JT and JR.
You won't believe what I found in the cave.
Try me.
A printer's proof of something called the Saboteur's Handbook. Have a look.
Written by J.T. Joanna Taggart.
Must be, but who is JR?
Jonathan Red?
Who's that?
Who's Jonathan Red?
Seriously? You never heard of the Redites? They're a bunch of anti-steam tech thugs who went around sabotaging machines and factories a few years back. They were mostly active in New Britannia, but they got their start in Bright Bay.
So you think Joanna knew Jonathan Red?
Not just knew him. I think they worked together. Maybe more than that. You get a good look at that Eliza girl? She's got a certain resemblance to that Mr. Red.
Hang on. Joanna told me Eliza's father was named Jonathan.
And there you have it.
All that aside, look at the contents.
These are all instructions. Sabotaging vehicles and laying road traps. Low-grade bombs for controlled explosions. Creating concealed hiding spots in the wilderness. Remind you of anything?
Well, one thing's for certain.
Yes, but who?
What?
That's what we need to find out.
Lots of pages have notes scribbled in the margins. Some are from JT, others from JR. Looks like they had some ideological differences.
Oh?
Joanna thought things were going too far. She objected to giving instructions for explicitly violent stuff. Here's a note on the bombs page where she says, "Too dangerous to print." Same time, Red's written things like, "This information is a tool for a righteous cause," or "No revisions, too late for cold feet." But there's another set of notes in somebody else's handwriting. Here, on this recipe for an acid compound, Joanna crossed out some ingredients. This other person tried to fill in the missing information.
So this third person is probably our saboteur.
I'd put money on it.
Okay, let me see. I know that there is a way to get the chat history, the message history. I don't know.
So what should our next move be?
Round up the others and come to my cabin. We need to talk. We can't just go around interrogating everyone, hoping for a confession. We need solid proof identifying the person you saw going into that cave.
My brother was the detective in the family.
Well, now's your chance to do him proud. Come on, let's get back up the mountain before anybody notices us missing.
Too late.
And so this saboteur is the reason we're here.
We need to uncover who it is and tell these people. They deserve the truth.
Now wait just a minute. This is all very serious for sure. But these folks have a whole way of life they're accustomed to. We expose it all as a lie. Why, we're ripping the bottom out of their world.
Jake's got a point. It could tear this community apart.
I think Lola's right. Not knowing your true history is no way to live.
At the very least, Joanna should know about this. As the community's leader, it falls to her to decide what to do with this information.
We gotta be able to prove who the saboteur is first. Could be the rot goes all the way to the top.
I have a strong suspicion, but I'll see if I can confirm it.
Once you do, you can tell Joanna the truth, assuming she's not the one behind it all.
Or you could try talking to the saboteur. Maybe get him to lay off without having to upset the whole community.
I'll see what I can find out.
The door's locked. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. This is the same cloak I saw through the spyglass. Got you now, Eliza.
Uh, I need a save name. Anyone got an idea? Oh. Cloak and spyglass? Alright.
I believe this belongs to you.
Where did you get that?
Exactly where you left it.
It seems Patrick has earned himself a period of silence. He won't like that much, but it's about time he grew up some.
So you've been causing all the wagon breakdowns and trapping people here. What was your plan? Continued excuses for why our wagon wasn't ready until we gave up and asked to stay permanently?
That's how it's worked in the past, yes.
Is your mother aware of your scheme?
Only one other had a part in it, and God has since called him home. He sent me a vision when I was a girl, of my mother leading a thriving community on a mountaintop. All I've done is ensure this vision comes to pass. Members have lost faith and abandoned us before, to the detriment of all. We've suffered harsh winters and disease. Keeping our numbers up hasn't been easy. But I wasn't about to stand by and let the community wither, so I took measures to cultivate it.
You've built your community on lies. If I'm not mistaken, lying's not on God's approval list.
God forbids harmful deceit. I'm shepherding people to a better life in his name.
How convenient.
It's clear to me you've no intention of joining us. God must have other plans for you. I can have your wagon repaired and let you and your companions go on your way. All I ask in return is that you spare a thought for the people of this community. Do not speak of what you've learned. It would destroy them.
I can't go along with this. These people need to know the truth.
Yep.
Stop! You're making a terrible mistake!
Joanna, I'm afraid I have some disturbing news.
What is it?
Can you call together the community? This is something everyone needs to hear.
What is this about? I would be glad to make an announcement once I know what it concerns.
I'm afraid I have to insist on addressing everyone at once.
As you wish. I'll call an assembly. Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, Sister Harley has asked me to bring you all together to hear her words. Tell us, Sister Harley, what news have you for us all?
Since you all came here, you feared wolves in the forest below. But I'm sorry to tell you that the real wolf has been living among you all this time.
What are you saying?
Eliza has been pulling the strings all along. She's been manipulating us all. She's been setting traps in the road to capture wagons and bring their passengers into New Bethel.
What? How dare you?
I saw her enter a secret cave at the base of the mountain. It was full of saboteurs' tools, along with spare wagon wheels, and this.
What? Eliza, what are you doing with that?
Claiming my birthright. Just because you disavowed father doesn't mean I did.
So it was sabotage. I always ask myself if our breakdown was really an accident. You've been lying to us all these years.
No, I swear I didn't know anything about this.
Then why did you prop up the lie about Abraham Levinsky?
What lie? Brother Abraham was killed when he left the safety of New Bethel, torn apart by wolves.
Who was it that told you this?
Why, Brother James. He found their camp after it had been attacked. He returned with Brother Abraham's mangled body and buried it.
So you never actually saw Levinsky's body?
No, I put my faith in Brother James's word.
There was no body because Levinsky never died. There were no wolves. In fact, he made it safely to Las Virgenes. Just weeks ago, he was in the papers announcing his niece's marriage. It was just a story concocted to keep you all here, to keep you afraid.
He was trying to protect you. He was trying to protect all of us. Brother James was the one who had the idea to bring in new members. He understood that a community can't thrive without them.
James was a saint. He loved this community. And you, Sister Joanna. There's nothing he wouldn't have done for you all.
I think that is becoming very clear.
Eliza, I don't understand. Why would you do this?
The outside world is a horrible place, Mother. You should know this better than anyone. Look at what we've built here. How we've grown and flourished. We had to keep that safe. That's why you had to make sure no one ever left the mountain. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I only wanted people to share in our joy.
But you did it without asking us if we wanted a part of it. A community without trust ain't no community worth living in.
Joanna, my love, there's something else you probably ought to know about. I never said anything because after a while it didn't seem to matter. But after the crash, I examined the boiler and, well, it had clearly been sabotaged.
What?
We were headed for disaster. I saw it in my vision.
You mean you saw that we were going to crash, that someone was going to sabotage the ship?
No, Mother, you don't understand. I saw the sun setting in the west and the sea became red with blood. We were going to make it to the coast, but the land was already tainted, cursed. It was the mountain that was our true home, a citadel of holy peace. I just had to make sure we ended up here.
Uh-huh.
So, you brought the airship down? Eliza, you could have killed us all.
But I didn't. I gave us a new life, a better life.
And you can keep it. Come on, Jerome. We're leaving this rock. Anybody who wants to come with us is welcome.
What? You can't just leave. Where will you go?
Anywhere but here.
You won't last 2 minutes out there.
Silence, Eliza, until further notice.
But
I said silence. Return to your quarters immediately. Wait for me to come find you. Please, Sister Sue Ellen, don't be so hasty. It breaks my heart to hear what my baby has done, but now that I know the truth, there's no reason we can't start over. We can continue to live here without the fear of the unknown below.
That ain't gonna work, sis. Joanna, not now. We're way past that.
It's not Joanna's fault. Give her a second chance.
I think you're being harsh, Sue Ellen. Joanna deserves a second chance.
Well, she ain't getting it from me.
I don't know what to say. I suppose I should thank you for opening my eyes.
I'm sorry it had to be this way, but I couldn't keep silent.
I think perhaps I've relied too much on silence. When no one is speaking, it is easier to imagine that everyone is of one mind. My own daughter. When I thought she was bent in humble prayer, she was hatching secret plots in her heart. Will you be leaving us then?
Afraid so, ma'am. The open road beckons.
Very well. I'll arrange for your wagon to be repaired, now that we know where the parts are. It'll be ready by morning.
Thanks, Joanna.
I am thankful for your gracious understanding, Miss Legere. Your wagon's been fully restored.
Appreciate it, Joanna. Will New Bethel be all right?
These revelations have shaken us to the core. Sue Ellen and Jerome are intent on leaving. Several other families may join them. Those who choose to stay will put our trust in God and make the best of what comes.
Joanna has agreed to send scouts to nearby settlements. We can establish trade and perhaps find new members to join us. Freely and with willing hearts.
It's always preferable that way. I wish you well.
We should get a move on.
God bless you all, and good luck on the rest of your journey.
What we have here is a cult.
Our sojourn in New Bethel has left us all somewhat shaken. Thankfully, we have only to cross Hellfire Pass today, and from there, it's a straight shot down into El Presidio.
But
With our
whatever
goal
happened.
so near in sight, we can all focus our attention back to the task of locating Dr. Clark's fortune.
But whatever happened to Lisa Lou? The doggy do. All right. And that's where we're going to end today. So, with that, on the road again. I can't wait to be on the road again. The life I love is playing music with my friends. All right. So, with that, I do want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time with me. Take care of yourselves. I will see you on Monday, where we are going to... I don't remember what I played on Monday. I have a shite memory. But we will continue something. Let me take a look at my... Let me see if I can figure that out. Void Stranger. Yes, it's been Void Stranger. Yes, we will continue on Monday with Void Stranger. But until then, take care, everybody, and goodbye.